Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Feel Good Friday, and we got a little bit of WWE Smackdown tonight here at the Wrestling for Life Network. It's going to be a fun one. We got lots to talk about, lots to get into, lots of news. People coming, people going, people doing all types of things. We're going to talk all about it all night long. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Click all the buttons. Be a friend, tell a friend, and don't forget, strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we bring you WWE Smackdown tonight, heading towards Money in the Bank. Lots of wrestling news out there. Lots for us to talk about here tonight. We're going to be strapped in for the next few hours as we got all the action, all the reaction, and it's going to be a fun one. Me and this pretty face going to take you through all that wrestling fun, and I see that chat blown up already. We want triple digits hanging out with us tonight, so make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe. But in case you don't know, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, Mr. KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and my guy, as May is leaving us just a month, there's another May out there in the world of wrestling that's also leaving as well.
That's it. That's the rumor. She is no longer on the AEW fan page or the roster page. For those who don't know, Mariah May has been rumored to be leaving. We haven't seen her since she dropped the title. And today she has been removed from the AEW website. I always say don't believe anything till you see it. And in this case, there's a pattern. They go missing from one spot. They pop up in another.
Yeah, well, it had been kind of a rumor. Well, like you said, it's been pretty much a rumor out there in the air since she dropped the belt and everything. But like this week, it really kind of picked up steam a little bit. It felt like there was some people reporting that she had already left, and then she puts out tweets. Nope, I still work there. Tweets from a hotel room, and then deletes them. And then now she's officially moved from the roster page. The only other times that's happened is Ray Phoenix, Ricky Starks, everybody else that's no longer there.
Right. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, it's interesting times. We talk a lot about the people changing companies and why. And I think it's great. I think it's great for business. It's exciting to see. And I guess she's been very public about, one day I was going to be a WWE star. Tony maybe hoped to get her in the fold, and then she'd like it so much there that she didn't want to go. But it looks like another case of she will be moving on. She will be signing elsewhere. And it will be very interesting to see how the WWE handles her out of the gate and how they make it work.
Yeah. Does she go NXT, go main roster?
I think she might do a little stint in NXT.
Yeah.
Just to kind of maybe wash the AEW offer a little bit.
Well, fair enough with that. Well, I have a question around kind of people when they come from other companies into WWE and vice versa. But could it be, and we'll talk about other people moving on up from NXT in a minute here. But could she go to NXT and kind of be that new figurehead, that new one to challenge JCJ and kind of take that division for a bit?
Absolutely. Especially if the other rumors that we have heard are true. If you're losing Jordan to SmackDown, we know now it's confirmed. For those who don't know, the news was broke a little bit ago. Stephanie Vancouver is 100% Raw, branded, stamped, done. So that is happening. So if Jordan's going up as well, bringing in Mariah May definitely helps, makes that division stay interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and we also know that Stephanie is going to be in a Money in the Bank qualifier. My other question I kind of had, and I thought about this today, of if someone comes like a Mariah May comes from AEW to WWE,
right?
Could AEW potentially get any benefit of people going back and looking for her old matches? Same thing you go back and look for an old Stardom match of Mariah May, so you become a Stardom fan now.
Yep. No, absolutely. I mean, again, the fact that you have your kind of stamp on her, yeah, for sure. I mean, if people go look up Mariah May, they'll find out very fast that she came from the other company. And this is why you got to make sure, as Tony Khan, that you are putting on solid shows, that you're hitting the marks, that if people do tune in, you are you're doing a pretty good job of what you're supposed to be doing. Make it entertaining. Find a way to hook new fans, because I think that's one of the no matter how many people debate the numbers, but being able to hook new fans and grow that audience is something that clearly has taken a slow approach here.
Right. Well, then I'll quickly transition of gaining new fans and everything. Shout out, we reached 7K, by the way, today. Hey, how you doing?
Yes.
Now let's see if we can get to 8K, 9K, 10K.
Yes, big milestone for us. We grind towards 10K. We've done it super organically, folks. And again, we appreciate everyone who's here now. It's definitely appreciated. 7K today, another nice milestone for the channel. We were something like 200,000 watch hours, which the amount of minutes people put in watching us is insane. And again, no matter what we talk about, that watch time and how much time people spend here is incredible. And we're flattered, we're humbled, but we're happy to hit another milestone. We want that 10K so bad. So be a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for all the wrenches out there, all the peeps, and of course, Big Nick and Anthony. It's been insane, and I'm super proud that we can be the Wrestling Utopia. We don't use any tricks. We don't use any pay sites. We don't fluff our numbers. There's channels out there with years on us, and they apparently have all these subscribers that don't have a quarter of what we have on a weekly night. So we're pretty proud of that, and we're going to continue to grind. But we're going to get 10K before the end of the summer.
And even the companies watch us. If we've been on WWE programming and we had AEW in the chat, so even the companies that we're talking about are tuning in.
Right. Yeah, we've had representatives from TNA, GCW, multiple indies pop in the chat that we know of, other podcasters, and both major companies as far as WWE and AEW. So pretty humbling, pretty flattered, pretty crazy to just two nutty guys that just get together and ramble about wrestling and life. And we appreciate everybody tuning in.
Right. As I like this though from MDB, those beards are definitely a marketing ploy. Absolutely.
Let's go.
Wrestling Proud, thank you as well. But yes, is there any other wrestling news or rumors or anything that you've heard that you wanted to speak about before we say?
I mean, there's so much, Nick. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. We're talking about we're trying to find out if Del Rio, it's funny, people are reporting Del Rio beat up Vikingo's dad on Mexican television. To me, it was a work. I watched it several times. There's some people trying to say like this was unscripted.
Him falling on the carpet was the only thing that was unscripted. Del Rio was hot and heavy out the gates and almost ate.
Right. Yeah, no, it's funny, man. So that's crazy. We know he's building up to a match that may or may not have already been spoiled.
Well, I have some sad news that I know will upset you. Will upset
sad news.
Some people in the chat, especially probably MDB. Harley Cameron is going to be MIA, taking some time away for a little while here. I guess she was shoot injured at Double or Nothing, and so they did the broken nose spot on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So to kind of write her off for a little bit and everything, which is interesting because we're going to see Chelsea Green, who got a legit broken nose at Saturday Night Main Event, and going to be here tonight.
Well, this is an interesting part because there was a lot of like backlash on the internet about AEW this week. A lot of people came out, were mad about the Adam Cole, Kyle Fletcher spot. They were, two women broke their nose in the same match. Now one of them turned out to be a shoot. There was people irate about a spitting incident. Then there was videos going around kind of showing that the spit was fake. It didn't happen. So there's been a lot of, it feels like, as I think AEW is trying to pick up momentum, there is, even Eddie Kingston made the news, which apparently was just a gag, a ha-ha. So
what happened?
Eddie Kingston retweeted with, basically saying, we know who leaked this story, something that Spiteful put out. But then I guess Eddie kind of recanted and said, I was just playing.
He got a phone call. But yeah, I mean, is it especially an issue when you're AEW? And yes, part of their mystique, their appeal is that they do push the edge. They are not WWE. They will have anarchies in the arenas. They will have, barbed wires and chains and everything else. Yep. But do at times you push that too far, and not even exactly they did something so extreme, so atrocious. It's just when it's all the time and a bit, and it's just it's accidental now, even at this point. Of the Kyle Fletcher Adam Cole spot was scary to watch, was super scary to watch.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you kind of cringe. You like just watching it, you cringe. And again, mistakes happen. I think the complaint becomes, if the mistakes are happening so much and certain people seem involved consistently, what are you doing to train them? What are you doing to better prepare them? What are you doing as far as mitigating some of the risks that are being taken? In less than 4 days, we saw a stretcher match, anarchy in the arena, and a women's no DQ tag match in a run of 4 days.
But is that the thing, is that you pushed the edge too much or too consistently now, that you always, every match feels like it has to have something? And that's where you get it, because you're doing it so frequently. You get your slip-ups, you get your hiccups, you get your scary spots, you get your things that don't come across the way that you even intended to, which I don't know how you would intended that to look well with the Huck Tua. But yeah, I digress.
Not a good look. Not a good look.
No, well, and a lot of people, and I'm not going to touch on it too much, but a lot of people started to try and walk back the initial narrative that a lot of people were talking about with the death. And I'll just leave it at that. But a lot of people just started to really kind of act like a lot of shit that happened before didn't happen.
This is a couple times, and I know, like, spiteful out there, sappy. There's been like instantly jumps to the internet as if, like, again, we've said this how many times, you don't work there. And if your job is to be a reporter, and if you're trying to be a journalist, and I believe he did go to school for journalism, trying to find that happy medium in the middle where you don't seem biased. And it blows my mind to watch it. And I mean, we saw Uncle Dave all week. I know his people are losing their mind about his star ratings for Double or Nothing because they're asinine. Like, there's a lot from there, but like, even Dave, I'm not biased or blah, 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 but then just goes on like an all-day binge of defending one company. Like, I'm not defending anybody. Like, I mean, I might have excuses or reasons why things happen, but like this slant is so strong, it blows my mind. Like you said, they come out, no, they never did that. And now people have to like send them back tweets and shit that like support and prove, no, you're lying on me.
We watched this. We all saw it. So yeah.
Right. Oh, no, that never happened. No. None of the wrestlers have creative control. That's funny. Y'all said it. I learned it from y'all. Now you're taking it back. Wait.
Right. Well, speaking of taking things back, and might be from one shitty group of people to another shitty group of people, but Johnny Laurinaitis turning his back. God. Fucking Judas Messias out there to Vince McMahon.
Yep. I think Vince McMahon should get what he deserves. Yep. Undeniably, unequivocally. I have no sympathy. The people with power and money that use it in less than moral ways, I guess I could put it, but people who choose to flex their wallets as a means to hurt anybody should be punished. It's a big problem in this world. Too many rich people taking advantage. I don't want to get all political, but that's the problem. That's a big problem. And he should be punished. However, Johnny Ace is a snake. He's a jellyfish. I love using that description. I've done it before. Spineless, Nick. And we said this when it all started. Johnny Ace is going to spill as many beans as he can to duck, dodge, dive, and dodge to get out of the way of any of this. And when your partner in crime is Johnny Ace, you're in big fucking trouble. And that, I mean, again, I want to see Vince. You know, if what he did and how he behaved is true and can be proven, I want him punished perfectly. He deserves it. There's no excuse. But Johnny should get punished too. And playing this whole game of like, I'll just tattle. I mean, someone should smack him upside the head. You know what they say?
Talks like this is how John Laurinaitis talks, but he's a fucking songbird, my guy.
Yeah, man. Well, we saw it before when he came out and his lawyer released that thing about Johnny Ace is just as much of a victim. Johnny Ace was the happiest fucker on the planet. He backslid into all the things he ever wanted. He didn't have to be good at stuff. He didn't have to be talented. He just had to have a good friend. And he had a friend in Vince, and that allowed him to get away with murder. He was fired and then brought back. But this guy acting like a victim, get the fuck out of here. He knew what he was doing.
Right. Well, I see Walrad's Johnny Ace betrayed Vince. I don't know if I want to go that far saying anything like that. But I like MDB with this. If all of them are guilty, Vince just has the most money to take the fall for it. Fair enough. But I also, like you said, if Johnny snitching helps Vince get convicted of what he actually did, and again, what he actually did, then I'm all the way for it. But at the same time, like you said, Johnny Ace is not without fault in any of this at all. He is like suspect number 2 on the list here. So for him to walk scot-free is a little repulsive.
Yeah, to offer freedom or get out of jail free in trade for, like, it almost should be incumbent of you. Like, once you admit, like, I have more to tell, but I won't do it because I don't want to go to, like, that you should be required. Because out of the gate, we know you're committing perjury if you don't. But I mean, again, I don't like a system that rewards people that, behave poorly, conduct themselves like shit, and they're just the first ones to fucking tattle and run away. I think it's a like, he deserves, again, whatever he was guilty of, he deserves all of it. Just because he turned coat on the guy he was doing it with doesn't mean he gets to, run free. That's bullshit.
Fair enough, but should we run free on the people who will never turn on us?
On that positive, happy note,
right? Yeah,
we got over 80 people with us right now. We are about 10 minutes before the start of SmackDown tonight. We're looking forward to this one. John Cena, Cody Rhodes will be here. Of course, Stephanie McMahon going to Raw. That was part of the breaking news. Wanted to mention Bianca Belair is back in Knoxville, Tennessee, her hometown, so she's pumped for that. 2 triple threat matches. Andrade, Jacob, and Carmelo. And then, of course, we have Nia, Naomi, and Jade all trying to qualify for the Money in the Bank. Should be very interesting. But all of that being said, Nick, we should say hello to the people, should we not?
Yes.
Zach, how you doing? Welcome back. Kevin, how are you? Clay Lewis is in the house. J1 with a long one. What's up, fellas? I seen a report that SmackDown will remain 3 hours for the...
We'll talk about this on a commercial. We have to say hi to you before we can talk more.
Yeah, we can't. That's too much of a long answer. I'm disappointed. USA says they're happy. We're not. But whatever. Timmy Society Podcast 605. Hi, everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing, Timmy? C Money, welcome back. Eric, good to see you. Michael Warner's in the house. Damien, Kevin, Lenny, the cool. I like it. The Yeet God back in the house trying to end tribalism. Dun, dun, dun. Larry, how you doing, buddy? Mariah May is off the AEW roster page and is reportedly heading to WWE. So, yeah, again, I always said, Nick, like, I don't believe it till we see it, right? Like, I was a doubter of Cody Rhodes coming up at WrestleMania. Like, nah, Cody's not going to leave AEW. And then he came through the curtain. It's hard to say.
Yeah, but it's funny how I almost wonder, could we potentially see a Mariah May tonight? If she's potentially allegedly been she's been on the shelf for forever. If she might have been out scot-free, which, by the way, also not to be forgotten, Abaddon, who we've already been heard has been released 3 other times before this. Her contract ends in June and will not be renewed. I love me some Abaddon, so I hate to take shots at her.
You're gonna hate what I'm about to say. Sign Abaddon and put her with Wendy Chu.
I would like Wendy Chu then, maybe.
Well, like, Abaddon is like a creature for Wendy's nightmares. Like, she manifests the creature from her nightmares.
That
and
would
it's
work.
Abaddon.
The spooky, sleepy bullshit. Then that
Right.
there you go. You made it work. You made me actually like Wendy Chu. It only took 3 years.
Compromise is king, folks.
Right.
Yeah, Stephanie Vacour, big news for her. What's up, everyone? I know what Cody Rhodes is going to talk about. He's going to talk about how he humiliated and embarrassed John Cena at Saturday Night Main Event. Maybe. I think it's going to be something a little more specific as far as the idea that, he wants his belt back and how dare you, and you're not going to ruin wrestling. I'm here to save wrestling.
But is he helping to ruin wrestling?
I saw that going around. Is he contributing to the? I don't think
we mentioned this, but we mentioned this one before all those fucking articles were going around.
Yeah, man.
That was he helping because he's getting Logan Paul involved into a spotlight. We even had the whole discussion of, well, you're soaking up both world titles into a situation. We had the discussion of you're using up one of John Cena's dates involved in all of this. The man's got only so many games left.
Right. It's so weird to have somebody on like a finite countdown. Like we know, like it's kind of a neat thing of like this, how many dates left. But yeah, we'll see. We'll get back to that. We got that coming up. We're going to talk a lot about Cody and John Cena through the show, folks, as they are going to be in the same building at the same time tonight. Cherokee George, to be specific. Good Friday evening, all. Andrade, Hayes, Fatu would like the Andrade upset. Andrade could get into this.
I've seen a lot of people in the chat suggest that.
Yeah.
I think Jacob, just because Solo's in it. There is a way that Solo ends up accidentally fucking over Jacob, and it's from my least favorite name, JC Mateo. Tries to help, but ends up costing him.
Solo wins the Money in the Bank, cashes in on Jacob.
No, that's you screw up two things all at the same time.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Yeah, I mean, I could see a way. I know that Andrade's been in at least one Money in the Bank last year. I'm not sure if he was in one before that, but I recall maybe. He's another guy that doesn't mind high flying, taking a risk. Even though he's a bigger body now, he still goes. So I could see him sneaking in if there's something to play. But I agree with you, Nick. Solo being in there, now we set up Jacob and Solo climbing the ladder, and Jacob eats him down just for shits.
Pause.
Kevin giving shouts out. I like it. Larry, we got you. Scott Rizzo, it's been a while. How you been, buddy?
Hello, my friend. I'll let you read this one.
Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. How you doing? Happy Friday, Christian Power, our current predictions champion. That title will be on the line next Saturday, twice. Actually, we're going to do it once. We're going to go a marathon show and Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank back to back. You'll put all your votes into that. So
there you go.
We'll do that. Hi from England. Heel Anthony, welcome back. Good shout over the pond. Ken, how you doing? Larry, MDB. All this blue on this stream reminds me of that song. Blue. I like it. What's up, Tanisha? Welcome back. Jules and KC's with us. Good to see us. We still got about 4 minutes. We're hanging in. Daryl Keith Ford, welcome back, sir. Good to see you. Always a pleasure. Dale the OG. Abaddon is a free agent. She is not renewing her contract with AEW. Why would she? And why would they? Like, you don't use her. You've only ever used her in October.
That is 100% the best. The last line you said there, why would they? In all due respect, well, again, Abaddon, she's like if Danhausen didn't have a comedy gimmick. Which Danhausen, what the fuck is he doing still? But
he's free. He's just floating.
Is he?
Yeah, I don't believe he's still rostered.
I don't know. Well, that's the thing is we've seen how many times have we heard stories of Abaddon's been released and Camarado. Those two specifically always are on all the lists.
And Abaddon, like we said, and it was funny because I know last time when somebody mentioned her and then it was like, well, why do you think she's not with the company? We're like, you told us.
Right?
Oh, it hurts my head. What's up, Jake, the original tribal chief? How you doing? We got Dale. We got Rest and Proud. We got Michael Warner in the house. Abaddon doesn't really work in WWE. Yeah, it's not a guarantee that everyone does. She does, however, she could help the knockouts division as well.
I was going to say TNA, Rosemary, TNA, Rosemary.
10K by the end of the year, by the end of the summer, my bro. Let's go. Let's turn this up. AW was in the chat last week. Yes, it was. It was here on Sunday. We had to verify it at first because we've had Tony Khan and Mick Foley and a whole bunch.
Bret Hart somewhere in the chat here tonight. I saw
Bret Hart showed up tonight
at some point. Bret Hart still out there in the chat. Yes.
Yeah, so we verified it, and in fact, and it was Nick, because you see me on stream. If you haven't seen the clip, it's out there. Where I'm kind of like, hey.
Well, because it was funny because I remember, and just again, hashtag humble brag here, real quick, but to where you were talking and you were going on a thing, and I was just kind of still listening, but verifying and making sure of, oh, that's like seems official. And it was, and kind of like up. And then like realized, no, I'm interrupting you talking, and then let you finish. And then it's like, hey, that's AW.
Yeah, you can interrupt for those ones. I mean, sheesh.
Sheesh.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Well, and it's just funny to me because who's doing that while they're live? We were watching them while they were watching us. Fucking streamception.
Yeah, I mean, again, I wonder who's running it though. Is it what was
out there? I know which one of you was the burner account for TK.
Yeah, I was trying to think what was Aubrey's burners. Steven
Nay. Mr. Ed.
Yeah, listen, if you're listening right now, Aubrey, he speaks on his own. 7K. Hello, everybody. What's up, Bradley? Thank you. Oilers in the finals. Let's go, Oilers. Oilers, Panthers again. And it breaks my heart. It makes me sad. And go Oilers, bring the fucking cup back north, and we'll keep it here as the Leafs will lock it down next year. So let's go.
It almost feels like when the whole story of WrestleMania going back to Vegas again, and we're getting Edmonton versus Panthers again.
Right. Just run it back. Beards are a draw and are over. Let's go. Let's go. Congrats to your adaptive team, the Oilers, Nick.
That my adaptive. I didn't know I had adapted to them.
Adoptive.
Well, I know what he meant, but I had to try to find a play on adaptive. I've adapted to them. They've adapted to me. But yeah,
I was going to say, like, you have adapted. They don't even play football.
Facts. I'm a swinger for the LA Lakers.
Right. 7K all the way. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate it. Poor Harley. Poor Harley. Again, did she not like so it legit seemed like she did break her nose. So I'll give them all the marks in the world.
So
if she did not break her nose. But that didn't explain the other broken nose in the match.
According to Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer, Harley Cameron sustained an injury at Sunday's Double or Nothing pay-per-view, and she will be taking time off as a result of the issue. The exact nature of Cameron's injury and how long she'll be off TV is unknown. Cameron teamed with Anna Jay to defeat Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford on the buy-in of AEW Double or Nothing. A no DQ rematch took place on Wednesday's Dynamite, and Cameron ended up bleeding in the match. Although Alvarez noted it was fake blood.
I noted that at first, but when they went back to her, there was so much I thought I was wrong.
Well, so it's like how many times I think it was WWE at one point, and it was one of the two that had the rag that already had blood on it. Sorry,
Nick. I got
now. I will let you forever.
You're like a hiccup.
Yeah, we should be close to together. When do we get there?
Ladies and gentlemen, together.
There we go.
So Nick and I are locked in. That's where we are. The big W on the screen right now. We are going to continue to say hello to everybody and get through your chat. Nick and I are slow rolling, but we're getting there. So we are going back to Saturday Night Main Event to kick this one off. But what's up, Brandon? C Money, welcome back. It's a shoot. Yeah, right.
I was going to say, can I take slow in that tag team name? You can be rolling. I'll just be slow.
I'm definitely rolling, bro. So this is probably why we're going slow is the rolling. Odds, how you doing? Sean Reed, what's up? Use all those hashtags. Love seeing it. But SmackDown in Rocky Top tonight will be awesome. Let's go.
Right.
Stoner Jesus, may the blonde be with you.
You got ahead of me.
Brandon, welcome back.
Well,
Chris.
this is also, though, the only time that we've gotten a SmackDown fallout from Saturday night's main event. So we've still got John Cena and Cody. Obviously, they've got to answer because of all of that. Yeah, sorry.
Tonight is the fallout for Saturday night main event. Next Friday is the go-home show for Money in the Bank.
Quick turnaround. Well, Christ, it's even with TNA with, against all odds.
Why are they doing that? I know you guys were on TNA last night, and shout out to Anthony and you for killing it as always. But what is up with that? Like, stop doing these. Okay, if you want to do Friday pay-per-views, but 2 weeks apart, why?
I wish I had an answer. I was there. Why? Like, to me, it's next week should be against all odds on Thursday, that type of thing.
Yeah, not a bad show. Eddie Kingston definitely got a phone call. He should have stood on his business. I was surprised he didn't. But Sean Ross Sappy was very happy to, I DM'd Eddie and he answered me and he said I could quote him. Like, we get it, bro.
Hey, let's be honest, though. I'd mark out if I DM'd Eddie and he said I can quote him and everything. If he even responded back and just said, hey, bro.
Shout out Eddie Kingston. Let us know. We'll quote you all day long.
Right.
He originally said, we know what jerk off leaked this story, which was the what was the story? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I don't
know. I can probably pretty fastly play guess the jerk off.
Yeah, right. But they instantly pulled it back, and what he said to Sean was, "Oh, I just wanted to see who would take the bait." Really?
I mean, that would be some Eddie Kingston shit if I'm gonna just fuck with him today. I'm bored and at home. Hey,
we got Belair kissing that big.
Don't you say that. Don't you say that. Montez Ford's got hands. He can fight, so don't you challenge that man.
Right. I'm number one in line. Starts behind me. Let's go. Get in that chat. Get your crown. Are they still doing the crowns?
Yes, we've still got a we've still got a leaderboard and everything like that. So you can fight over XP and everything like that. You can be the top chatter of the night.
And we might incentivize it as well at some point, folks. It's going to be interesting if they'll keep doing it. It's one of the YouTube prototypes that they're trying out. We'll see if it sticks. But Belair out here in the big pop from the Knoxville crowd.
Yeah, she fixed instead of sticks, but yeah.
Against the wall. Edmonton Oilers win. Yes, they did. Brandon, good to see Sean. Walrads. Yep, Walrads. Dave never checked with the person he was reporting on, just reports it. Facts. Never asked for a counter argument, never has any supporting evidence. He just says shit. It drives me nuts.
Well, no, what drives me nuts is he gets treated as gospel. Like, we just kind of, I'll speak for me, just kind of say shit at times.
Yeah.
And everything, but still will walk anything back, correct anything that needs to be corrected, adjust my opinion based on this, that, the third.
Right.
But I don't get taken as gospel. Like good old Uncle Tuna fucking Dave that argues with AI.
I want the WFU to start taking our quotes, like quote them, like, Ava Rain needs to go as GM, quoted KJ White. Like, that's
Naval
what I want.
Naval Rain.
People are mad, and
people backstage with how much Brock's daughter exposes herself on NXT.
Right, exactly. Like, it kills me. Like, the one report came out this week was some superstars backstage are upset with the Burt Kreischer.
Oh, Tom Segura?
Yeah, like, no, they weren't. And if they were,
I don't know, because I was upset with that.
They don't care.
You can't convince me of that, because
they don't give a fuck. No one's sitting around being like, this fucking stupid. I fucking hate. They don't care. And most of them can't wait to see some of these celebrities. Nobody's telling fucking some internet reporter, yeah, guess what? I'm so sick of this shit. Tom Segura sucks. It never happened. Never happened.
I mean, I didn't like it, so I'll leave it at that.
Well, I was
more excited to see Waka Flocka than either of these two guys.
Right? But Belair's getting the band going.
Well, this is her hometown, and they're, out there in Knoxville, Tennessee, where
are they doing like the Tennessee like
fight song?
fight song.
I like how we're both two. Well, you're from Canada and I'm from the Northeast, and we're trying to guess Tennessee's fight song right now. Good old Rocky Top.
Everybody in Tennessee, and let us know, what are they singing, folks?
Good old Rocky Top. I said it.
Oh, is it Rocky Top? Okay, there you go.
Yes.
WWE just got Julia, Steph, Jordan, and Zordon. Throw in Deanna, Mariah, and Abaddon. Let's go. Also, big love, guys in the chat. Deanna Perazo, publicly not happy. Jordan has been a great help for what she's done so far. I think there's more for her. And we haven't seen Zarya do much yet. So she's a lady that can step into that main event scene that if she had come in at a different time, she would have.
Yeah, but I'm wondering when they're going to do the breakup between her and Soul. That's going to be
They might have to fast track it.
Well, no, I don't think you have to. You could have let Soul kind of run away with it, and that's when you sell it of when Soul gets the title, and then she turns on her because that was supposed to be me.
Don't forget, and we can't sleep on Miss Parker.
Oh, don't you threaten me with a Miss Parker championship out here. Don't you threaten me with Miss Parker.
Right?
How you doing, Miss Parker?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, Belair is in the ring and addressing her hometown crowd. Andy Barr, welcome back. Ghouls, how you doing? How you doing? Morning, late hours across the pond, but Ghoul Zero, welcome.
Yes, do you prefer Ghoul or Mrs. Box? I don't know which one, but Mrs. Box feels like it might be less appropriate. But I
literally said, I thought you were going to go with like Ms. 06. No, we're good.
I'm sorry.
EST.
She is overish. She is one of the top women in the goddamn in pro wrestling fucking company.
She is one of the best professional wrestlers, period. And she has a real good, like, as far as full pack. And Naomi, her old friend. This is where Bianca and Naomi now turn on Jade.
I don't know, but I love me some Naomi, and I love that she's going full bore with all of this.
Yo, you see all the videos and pics coming out from like the boat party they had?
What?
Have you seen all these videos and clips going around from the boat party?
Oh no, I heard you. I haven't heard about
You haven't seen
boat party. No.
Your buddy Diggs from the wide receiver.
I thought what Bianca's and Naomi's were there. What?
No, a ton of them were there. Bailey broke the internet.
No, I only heard about Diggs with the pink stuff or whatever that might have been.
The pink stuff. Somebody was like, I think he's educating them.
On what?
You suck. Naomi Anthony right now is yelling at a TV somewhere in Atlanta.
Right.
She does not suck.
Well, Anthony's in the gym.
Theater. Anthony, how you doing, buddy? Ronan. Go.
I'm begging for your forgiveness.
Mrs. Box is hilarious. Congrats on the milestone. Thank you so much, Ghouls. I'm sticking to Ghouls.
Haha. Shut up, Nick.
Ghouls is here, bestie. EST, let's go. I've been trying to communicate with you, says Naomi. Playing the victim. The greatest, bestest, greatest of hometown celebrations for the EST. There you go, Ronan.
Right.
I don't think I missed. I hope I didn't miss any names. Al Snow's here. Bradley, Theater, got you. Filler, welcome. Filler title.
Fightful versus PWI for the most. No, Uncle Dave's got to be in there. PWI might have to referee.
Yeah, I think Dave's in his own little category of pawn scum. Like he is the bottom of the ocean. He is the grossest.
Why did you go all the way to pawn scum? I was gonna be like, he's the fucking,
just call it the way I see it. The bottom of the barrel.
He's the fucking Bruno Sammartino of this shit.
And the fact that he adds, like, subscribe, or become, join the fucking Wrestling Observer. Like, people paying, that's extortion. That's gross. Who's paying for that shit? He is pawn scum.
Well, we're the fucking skimmer, I guess.
The skimmer.
She's stalking Bianca AO?
Yes. I think it's a ruse. Oh,
if you ever come to my family again.
Okay. It's a strong ruse. Oh,
yeah, you're wrong. I think it's what it is you're wrong. I think it's just everyone's turning their back on Naomi, and this is where she's going to end up winning tonight and could
she's
probably
bawling.
very strongly win Money in the Bank.
Bawling her eyes out, folks. Naomi is a mess.
This is why she wore the heavy ass eye makeup, because so when she cries a little bit, everything's going to run.
It makes her look more evil. This is Naomi's best work.
Yeah, I noticed though. And the bloodshot ass eyes. I'm gonna put you in a wheelchair. God damn! How you go from I love you, I appreciate you, and talk to me. I'm gonna put you in a fucking wheelchair.
These two should have a great match, though. Like, I'm looking forward to them building to something with this. But Jade's gonna come out next.
Isn't it interesting that before with all of this, Jade was the pinnacle, and now it's really the pinnacle that says, "Speak of the devil, and they shall appear." But that Bianca versus Naomi's, I think, the top of this angle.
Oh, kick to the chest.
Okay, I couldn't tell if Jay's outfit was all denim or if it sparkles to look like denim.
Look, Naomi's back. I don't trust Bianca, dude. I've been saying it.
Yeah, but they can have a beef onto their own and not be related to Naomi.
Oh, Nia's here.
Yeah, so we're just going to roll into, I guess, the first match of the night here, the women's Money in the Bank qualifier.
Looks like it. Good opening segment, good energy from the crowd. Bianca's back, selling up to her crowd, to their hometown crowd, and then turning her attention back to the storyline she was in kind of before she got caught up in the Mania stuff. So she's back in the mix. And where does she stand? Naomi's on the ground on the outside, and we're going to get a triple threat between Jade, Nia, and Naomi. Money in the Bank on the line.
But so does that mean that they're going to do probably the typical thing that they would do, and Bianca's going to be on commentary? They keep her around because she's already out there, all of that, and she could potentially get involved and decide this match.
She could. She really could. And like I said, I still don't fully trust Belair. I don't know what they're going to do here with Belair.
Fair. Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, because obviously she's on SmackDown for the most part. I'm trying to think of, goddamn it, who's the SmackDown's women's champion right now? Oh, Tiffany. You're not going to put Tiffany versus Bianca. I fell out of time with Tiffany. But yeah, you're not going to do that. So, like I said, maybe this is all angling more towards a Naomi Bianca match. We had the Naomi Jade match. Jade got the win because she needed it, I guess. I don't know. I think that we're going to have a better match between Naomi and Bianca if they have that match versus what we got with Jade and Naomi.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you've said, and I know what you're saying. I just like Naomi's saying, "Go get her." I'm resting, but it would seem like at some point we're gonna get Belair and Naomi, and I think they're gonna bang if you go that way. But I just don't know.
Right?
I don't know. How do people out there feel?
Facts. Who do you have for this match?
I don't know.
I think I've given away my pick almost multiple times.
Nia?
No, I'm taking Naomi.
I want Naomi to get it, but she's so caught up in other shit.
But no, this is where you get her to win it, and then she gets caught up in more shit. I think I'd
like Naomi to win it.
That's what I'm saying. I want Naomi to get caught up in some shit. I predicted her going all the way back to WrestleMania and everything. I predicted her to win over Jade. I thought that I'm the one, well, me and Anthony were the ones out here saying Naomi's good enough on her own. She doesn't need to be attached to this. She doesn't need to be attached to this.
You might be right.
Let her fucking run with it. People are getting behind it. The razor braids is an insane concept.
The caution, like the outfits have been great. The caution outfits, we've seen a few variations of it. Her look, the makeup, the hair, the delivery on the promos. People have often, she was one of those wrestlers that just never cut the best of promos. All of a sudden, she's the heel Naomi, can cut a promo, no problem. Give me that mic.
Right. She went to the Uso penitentiary of cutting promos.
Right. Naomi 36%, Nia 32, and Jade 32. That might be the closest triple threat vote we've ever had. Slight edge to Naomi. Slight.
Fair enough. Well, slight hate to Naomi. Naomi is overrated. Naomi sucks.
I don't think Naomi is overrated. I don't think
underrated.
If anything, I don't think anybody overrates her. There's not a big contingent of she's the best. She's really had to prove herself against criticism.
All right, Maddie, you're starting to go too hard in the paint, and you might end up on the bench here for a minute, sir.
Take a puff and mellow out, sir.
Right. I bet my money on Nia. No way is Triple H going to give a woman that sweet hunter rub. What?
As we roll on, folks, some of you might have gone to commercial break, maybe, or back from
commercial break now. With Naomi wailing away on Jade, but I got Bradley with a $5 super chat. You skipped over everybody wishing your OG mod, OG Dale's birthday today. KJ DeSanti come back next Saturday to sing in between Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank.
There you go. No, we're still scrolling, Bradley. But we do appreciate you super chatting us. But did find Anthony in the chat. And there we go. Let's not miss this. This is OG. A day one, a pre-day one guy, OG Dale. Here,
OG,
his birthday,
triple OG, my guy.
Right, there you go. Dale. Happy birthday, sir. Sorry if we hadn't gotten to it yet.
The vitamins made the pages stay together, my guy. Sorry. Happy birthday to you.
Same birthday as Jake the Snake. On a day that we hit a milestone, everybody's happy. Everyone's celebrating. It's Friday. The weekend's here. Let's go.
Hallelujah, Shimanahaya, Shimanahonda.
Right. But Dale, we appreciate you, man. Like I said, I call you OG Dale because you were in this chat, I believe, when there was Nick and my brother. That was about it.
Right.
So, no, we appreciate you, man. And your time and dedication to the channel has been awesome. So happy birthday. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. Whatever you do to have a good time, I hope you do lots of it.
Apparently it's watch us and listen to us. So I'm down for
You won't be doing lots of that till next weekend. Whoa, Bash, I think we got you. Boston, in case we didn't say hello. Though he's probably not talking to us, just talking to Anthony.
All right. OG Dale. OG Dale. OG Dale. OG Dale.
Love it. Jay's on fire, by the way.
Doesn't quite work there.
So I know we like to play the
Tilted World got a black hole slam, Alabama jam.
I know people like to play the comparable game quite a bit. We see a highly botched fest, no DQ tag match on Wednesday. A lot of mistakes, a lot of missed spots. One of the worst what do you call it? Doomsday devices I've ever seen. I don't know how that happens. So we watch this. Does this get the same level of focus? Does it get praise if it's not nearly as botchy? How do we assess that?
Independent onto its own, I feel, but still, if it's got some clunk in the junk, which I mean, all due respect, anytime, even then, still she's great. But anytime you get a Nia Jax, you're gonna have just peripheral clunk in the junk. It's intrinsic with being a Samoan, but yes,
right.
John C, what up? Everybody now that Bradley called attention to it, everybody's giving Dale the OG happy birthday love and all that.
There you go, Bradley, the gift that keeps on giving, folks.
Right? Don't you sass me, KJ.
I'll do what I want.
Enough your sassafrasses. Nia with a 2 count.
What?
Jay with the boss man slam.
Right? Dale Rhodes. Dale Rhodes.
Well, someone was trying to, for I would say that OG Dale, OG,
yeah, there you go. There you go.
Dale. Jade feels like a third wheel, actually.
Well, she was on a run for a second, then they chucked her out, so she'll be back.
Yeah,
she was kind of leading the way before that. P.S.
Stiff.
Oh my God! Oh wow!
Oh, 1, 2.
Yo, I don't
That's
even.
The thing is, well, this is OG Team Band and everything. Nia and Naomi have been at these battles before. Jade's out here she's a little scarecrow. I just instantly cut to fucking commercial.
Okay, Naomi drop kicked Jade in the arm. And then now she's just kicking Naomi.
It just went from, I guess, a drop kick to commercial.
There you go. So yeah, you just abruptly went to commercial, eh?
Yes, A.
Okay. A.
I don't care. I do what I want.
I do what I want. There's Jade. Roll up. That crucifix spot, super athletic. Like we talk about Nia being a big lady. To do that Samoan drop into the crucifix, that's an athletic fucking move to pull off, bro.
But that's the thing is Naomi's super talented in ring. She's the reverse of a trick of she's, you know.
All right, pause.
What?
Pause. What's the reverse of a trick?
Yeah, you know, fucking goddamn it. I didn't even think about that. I was like, I was still caught up on you clicking on the A comment. But that she hasn't been super great until recently on the mic, but she's super talented in the ring. If you let her go, she can go.
Right. The 3-wheel cars, Mr. Bean. That was a very British thing.
Right. Where did we bring up a 3-wheel car?
We were talking about third wheels.
Third wheel. Fair enough. I was like, wait, what? How did we get
here? Thanks everyone from Dale. There you go. There you go. Happy B-Day. Be safe-ish. I added the ish. You don't wish Dale happy birthday. Can we even trust you? I like that.
Facts.
You're the real deal. Jade, I got that one. So we're back to where we were. Back down to the bottom.
Right. I got that one. Bradley, he's not exactly the perfect friend. Who what now?
Oh. They are just picking on.
Who's cold-hearted?
They are just picking on Jade, by the way. This entire commercial has been both women. Oh, big clothesline. Jade is in trouble.
I like how much of the action that you're getting. Well, I'm getting a foot-long nachos Doritos fucking commercial from Subway.
This is why it's hard for me, because I see fans out there like, man, these commercials suck. We hate them. And I'm like, I don't get them anymore. So
trust me, I know us Americans normally come off to you Canadians as whiny and bitchy and pretentious and everything like that. We're actually being serious and genuine with this. We're getting used and abused with these fucking commercials.
On this issue, KJ, we're being very serious.
Trust me, we're being truthful. Trust me, you see who we have in charge. We're being serious with this one now.
That's what you get for all the tariffs is more commercial breaks.
Motherfucker, I got born here. I didn't choose to be here.
That's right. The triple threat match returning to the action for some of you.
Finally.
Trade offer, Mrs. Uso for Athena. I didn't stutter. Hashtag.
Oh, Anthony. Shit, I might actually make that deal.
I wouldn't make that deal.
Shit, he's not gonna do anything with Naomi. She'll be out in a year or two. You do a little bid over in Ring of Honor, you'll be out in quick time. Can bring it back in.
I think they're very similar talents. I think Athena might have found herself a little more in Ring of Honor. I think she's gone 900 days as champion. Imagine going 900 days as champion, and your only blemish on your record is a fucking throwaway match with Mercedes Moné.
Imagine the only match that you can really remember after 900 days as champion is your match with Mercedes Moné.
She had, I will give her credit. She had a couple of good ones. Before
Name
that.
one.
Billy Starks and her had a good match.
Oh, the fucking next most recent match that she had in Ring of Honor.
And her and who is it that they had the hardcore match? Wow, 2 count on the Meteora.
That was meaty something. But I was a fan of Ember Moon, so I'm partial in this argument. I will admit that.
I thought Ember Moon. Oh, wait, Glam Slam. No way.
1, 2. Yeah, with a fucking barrage of a tackle. Naomi, you were in a pin. Just stay there. Just fall down.
Nia murdered everybody here. Cannonball.
No, she just played defensive tackle. She's a fucking nose guard right there.
I came in like a red.
She broke up the tush push right there is what she did. She broke up the tush push.
Subway has 11-inch footlongs. They should bring back the $5 footlong. Inflation.
Moving along.
Footlong Doritos from Taco Bell. What the fuck?
Yes, welcome to America. I'd love to hear Nick song America. What? Well, no, we just had the passing of the greatest American anthem ever before. So, it's still crashing down and it still hurts inside. I can't quite do it yet.
Right. It's Naomi up on the shoulders of Nia Jax. They're getting a lot of time, and the match to me has been pretty good. Oh, Super Shine.
What is Rosie?
Oh,
Jade on the top. 1, 2. Kick it while she was trying to smack him and all that. She was trying to get the triple pin, double pin.
Ooh, I don't even know if her shoulders were technically down. She was kind of propped up on Naomi. Look. Oh, wait.
Is that an official tadpole splash? We've had a frog splash, a bullfrog splash. That's a tadpole splash.
That's a big tadpole, bro.
No, she did that. Spaz with a $5 super chat. We're all hot and heavy here. And Christ, so we've got 90 people kicking with us, but WWE gets accused of gobbling up talent. Pause. AW and AAA and poaching from TNA. What lesson could they learn from AW after they gobbled up Ring of Honor and poached New Japan? Spaz, you sent this to me earlier. This is the exact same comment you sent to fucking What Culture.
Spaz. And I mean, again, this is something a tale as old as time. Like, this has been an ongoing thing. Oh,
yeah, powerbomb superplex. Sorry.
Everything looks so impactful.
Well, no way. Bro, this is a match of
no way. The internet's
win, and you can make a case anybody wins here. Oh, it's Naomi moves out the way. Cut the back. What the fuck is that? Get her shoulders. Naomi steals it with the weirdest Kata Hajime transition I've ever seen in my life.
It was a roll-up, not a Kata Hajime.
Well, she started there, and then she realized, oh, shit, I can't get you over. She was all kind of, let's be honest, I'm just happy she got the shoulders over.
Nia got a little stuck on the turn when she got there.
There was a little too much junk in the trunk. Physics played too much of a crucial issue.
She had to give her an elbow to get her up and over that hump.
Right. Leverage.
But Naomi, I liked how she stole that win. I thought that was a good match. It seemed very physical. Like, it felt like everything was, and it probably was. A lot of it looked painful.
Yes, we got Bloodline 2.0 backstage right now. With R-Truth.
Truth!
He's talking to Lil Jimmy. Lil Jimmy's back.
Yeah.
Biggest return of the night, Little Jimmy.
Are you crazy touching me? Yo.
Yeah, but notice how normally that would be Jacob. I love you solo.
Is this your son? I've never seen you before in my life.
He husky.
Do you mind if I take your husky son to the ring and teach him a lesson?
Yo!
Big boned it!
Oh, yo, big boned. We're about to get Jeff Cobb. He is Jeff Cobb. He will always be Jeff Cobb. Taking on.
You said if he wore the singlet, you'd call him JC.
What?
You said if you wore the singlet, you'd call him JC.
Well, I need to see the singlet before I'll call him JC.
Holding out for payment.
Exactly.
I don't see R-Truth. All I see is Ron Cena. Ron Cena for life, folks. He is a friend of the channel. We love the man. We promote the man. I want him to win the world title, but they won't have that happen. But is that your son calling Jeff Cobb Solo's son? I love it.
I mean, I want to see Ron Cena up on the channel here. I want to have a sit down. Either one of us, probably you, but have a sit down with Ron Cena out here. Jeff Cobb should be Little Jimmy. Well, no, he's Little JC.
He's Little Solo.
Little Solo, apparently. Cobb wanted to laugh just before Truth walked away. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always love that with him. He's always just trying to see how I can break you. He tried to break Brock Lesnar. Imagine having the balls. I'm going to try and see if I can make this great white shark laugh.
Mm-hmm. And there's an art to, I'm going to say something insulting, but I'm going to say it in a way that's not insulting at all. Like, can I be honest? I've never seen you before in my life. Like, rude as shit, but just he delivers in such a way that you almost laugh, even if he's saying it about you. And then, you mind if I take your husky son out to the ring, teach him a lesson? Oh shit!
Damn, y'all big boned. Well, and that's the thing is too of Ron's been there for a minute. Like, this is the same guy who has a picture out there floating around of him and Tupac when he had the high top, half-dyed fade and everything. Did you just try and say you had a picture with Tupac?
You ever seen my picture with Tupac?
I have not ever seen your picture with Tupac.
I met Tupac.
We will have to confirm this. Now you have to nut up or shut up here. You have to prove positive.
He said his name was Tupac. I was on a vacation. It seemed like he was hiding out in the islands. I don't know what's up.
Oh, all right. Well, if I get any sort of mailings for court filings here, I ain't going to answer it, just so you know.
He might have said Tupac. I don't know. It was close.
He was saying Chupacabra, and you heard Tupac.
Our Truthpac, let's go. He lives.
Michael R. Stoner Jesus, what up? We've got the lovely ever Dick.
I'm gonna find the picture and I'm gonna post it on my Instagram so you can see it.
Fair enough. So
me and Tupac.
If you've seen Tupac, go to KJ's. I guess go to the Wrestling Live Instagram and see if you can see Tupac.
You know what? It's the true story was I was in search of a certain plant, and Tupac was very helpful. But I'll be right back. Speaking of that,
there you go. So this man had Sherpas out there to find plants, just like Darby climbing out Everest and everything. But I'm on commercial break. I don't know if y'all are on commercial break. But yes, right now I've got a commercial for a show on Peacock. But again, absolutely super appreciative that we are at 7K. Saw 100 plus with us in the chat and everything like that. Every stream this whole week, going all the way back to even Saturday main event, Double or Nothing's just been getting skyrocketing here. So be a friend, tell a friend. Again, you're doing your friends a disservice if you're not out there spreading the good gospel of the Wrestling for Life out there. Trust me, they're out there caught up listening to idiots like Meltzer and the sappy crappies of the worlds and everything. Bring them on home. Spread the good gospel of wrestling, where we're actually talking reasonable wrestling and all of that. And actually, we'll have the open discussions. Not, oh, well, you didn't agree with the narrative I was trying to put out there, so I'm going to block you right now. Oh, well, instantly, oh, there's something going on negative. There's a negative aspect being brought up online about a company. Let me instantly just call to arms action and try and spin the narrative back the other way here. Yeah, you're going to have that. Come over here on the good side. Anthony is Dr. T and Dre instead of TNA. There you go. Well, we've still got Trick and A of, again, if they're not going to sell merch with it, we will. It's everybody's favorite non-alcoholic beverage, Trick and A. Tupac playing with the Underground, do the hump, do hump. Yes, the peacock. I'm Suge Nick. Well, we did the Death Row picture before Heyman and Sasson gang did the Death Row picture. As we've got Chelsea and the Secret Service, the Secret Service backstage with Aldous. And they were doing the little prop up little faces in front of Chelsea to hide her mask. She is the Phantom of Canada. We're demanding that Zelina is stripped of her title now, which, by the way, I shout out Chelsea with the rainbow mask, by the way. But it's always interesting. You got almost, that should be almost a tier list of like sports masks of, you've got like the LeBron Phantom of the Opera type shit and everything. Now you've got Chelsea to where she literally looks like a bird. I've been trying to move around it, avoid the topic of discussion, everything. She looks like a bird with this mask. The dashing Chelsea Rhodes. Yeah, that's another perfect example. The undashing, yes. No. Well, I think you were trying to spell the Sabu Joey Janela situation, but you spelt it wrong. So you get no points. No points awarded to you. As I've got Saxton backstage with Tiffany right now. We need to make sure Anthony knows that Dr. Dre is not a real doctor. No, I think he's probably figured that out. Ooh. There was security guard that walked into the shot that was supposed to be in there, but who is the next challenger, the next contender for Tiffany? Is it going to be straight up? Oh, well, Naomi, I guess my questions have been answered here. Even if Naomi doesn't win the Money in the Bank, is she the next challenger for Tiffany? You want to know what happened when you play with me? There are two Dr. Dre's. Well, there you go. I know who Dr. Dre is. Anthony confirming. Hey, as Alexa. And what do we get? Well, I guess somehow this has become a controversial topic of discussion of how we feel about the Wyatt 6 showing up at the end of last week's show. But what's next for Alexa here? Because she keeps kind of going around. She plays a little bit of the devil's advocate to Chelsea, to Charlotte. Now she does it to Tiffany. What do we get? The Wyatt 6 tonight? What have you? Do they pair them together? So, fatal four-way for the NXT North American Championship at Worlds Collide. Ethan Page versus Ray Phoenix versus Laredo Kid versus Devon Evans. I believe we kind of had that heavily teased on NXT this week, but we are now official like a referee whistle. Alexa faux champ. This promo just told me Naomi isn't winning the Money in the Bank. Yeah, a little bit. I'm trying to remember who else is in the Money in the Bank match right now for the women. So that'll be interesting. Kevin, what up? KJ marking out for Alexa from the great beyond. Absolutely. Faux. What up? I know about MTV reps. What did Lair say? Oh, yeah. Why are we going hard in the paint now on Dr. Dre for some reason? But yeah, I'm super interested for Worlds Collide because it is going to be WWE's first forte into the AAA sphere, and they're also doing it free on YouTube as on SmackDown tonight. Ray Phoenix and Javon Evans versus Los Garza. So is Javon about to be another guy sooner rather than later moved up. I don't know if I like Javon moved up this fast. I don't mind him being here, especially if we're going to pitch into, Worlds Collide, which I like that they're going to have it on YouTube and etc. And allow a lot of people, to very much get introduced to AAA. But now I saw that graphic, and I don't want Javon Evans a permanent fixture on SmackDown right now, because me and KJ were talking about it before we went live, of even if, Ricky Sands gets moved up, there's a lot of killers out here that you got to swim with the sharks. And I don't know if Javon's got enough floaties yet. But I got our truth out here. Javon on SmackDown tonight is a joke? How? How is that a joke? It still makes sense. I mean, if you're still pitching it into Worlds Collide and all of that, but I don't know how it's going all the way into a joke. Young OG on SmackDown. Well, I got the old OG right now showed up on SmackDown. It was to go right into a commercial break again. So we went from, I believe, commercial break into R-Truth's entrance, back in a commercial break. Because he's green AF and has a lot to learn. Yes, but he's going to be in a tag match with Los Garza, Los Lotharios, Los Lobos, them out there, and also with Ray Phoenix. So he's not going to be, it's not a singles match, so he's not going to be the figurehead of this match and everything. You're introducing him to the main roster scene and scope and all of that. And still, you're continuing on the story going towards Worlds Collide. So, again, I understand the hesitation. I do not want him as a permanent fixture on Friday Night SmackDown, because I think he still needs some time to grow and everything in NXT. But I don't think it's an absolute, ridiculous idea that he's out here tonight. All right, Boston. Now you're just saying things just to get a reaction, because dude is definitely on a bingo hall with zero charisma. Man's out here literally, everybody else in the chat pop for young OG, and you just out there being salty spittoon. But I vote for our truth. So yes, we're in commercial break again. If you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, hit a like on the stream. Absolutely. We also do have all the little emojis, the little buttons, and everything like that you can hit. And also you can compete for your top spot as a top chatter of the night and everything, thanks to YouTube's little scoreboard system that they try it out. But we are about to, I believe, get R-Truth versus Jeff Cobb. Until I see him in the singlet again, I can get away with calling him Jeff Cobb, because goddamn it, he should have just stayed Jeff Cobb. But Jeff Cobb versus R-Truth, who you taking, and why is it Jeff Cobb? I'll give you credit if you say JC Mateo, but it should be Jeff Cobb. And it'll be interesting that we're going to have him. Are we having him out now so he's written off pretty much for later on in the evening when we get the Jacob match of, well, he's already wrestled tonight, so you shouldn't really expect him? Or are we getting him out in front of the crowd? So, well, you've seen him already once. Well, maybe you'll see him again here later on this evening. We'll see. Chucky Joe, what up? Chucky, quack, my guy. I had to now. Well, now what's Booker gonna do? Can we just have to have a moment of silence for every bit of Booker T's? Yeah. All of that for him just gooning over Stephanie's gonna finish her here now that she's officially gotten called up to the Monday Night Raw roster. So again, if you'll gather me here, folks, in a moment of silence for Booker T's gooning and creeping and everything, and calling the action over Stephanie McMahon. Thank you for that moment of silence. But yes, and absolutely, Chucky. What up, my guy? JC Spanish Matthew. JC Mateo for the win. JC Mateo. Chris Bees, Stephanie McMahon, Money in the Bank. Well, she, depending on who else is in her Money in the Bank qualifier match, she could very much win it. I don't know if she would win Money in the Bank. That would be super hot shotting her. She's moving all the way from NXT champion to, in 2 weeks' time, Money in the Bank briefcase holder, potential future world title holder. I don't care what Jeff's name is. The dude is a legit badass. Call him Strawberry Shortcake for all I care. He's still a badass. I'll give you that. And fitting with your profile picture here, but JC Mateo, because he's coming out in the goddamn thing. He's coming out in the same Jeff Cobb thing. Let's just call him goddamn it Jeff Cobb. But JC Mateo coming out here with Solo being the ultimate hype man. Yes, he is an absolute badass. I do just, there is something to a name a little bit of, it'd be hard to take a badass super serious if his name is Strawberry Shortcake. Yes, he is a badass. But at the same time, if his name was Strawberry Shortcake, so that's the thing. He's Jeff Cobb. He's been in the fucking Olympics as Jeff Cobb. Let him just be Jeff Cobb. I know it doesn't sound super Polynesian-y with the Polynesian Principalities faction now that was the Bloodline 2.0.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I heard Cobb, Corn. Where are we going? Where are we going?
But it needs to be Jeff Cobb. He's coming out in the same goddamn attire. And I know he came out in the same look, so I called him JC Mateo. Doesn't mean I can't advocate for a name.
If they could keep him Jeff Cobb, they would have. Whatever worked out with the lawyers, he was unable to, and he picked Jeff Cobb Mateo. He doesn't look like a Jeff, a Cobb, or a Mateo. So I don't know what to tell you.
Or a JC even, actually.
He doesn't look like a Jeff Cobb.
But I know him as Jeff Cobb, so why can't I just fucking call him Jeff Cobb?
You have no problem with Zarya at this stage of the game, so you'll be fine with JC in a month.
Well, because I wasn't so used to her initial name beforehand. I've seen so much of Jeff Cobb at this point that that's Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people in the building that just know JC Mateo.
Well, those people are wrong, and we need to educate them.
That's why we're here. Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vancouver versus Ivy Nile in the Money in the Bank qualifier match this Monday. We will be here live, the Raw Go Home show for Money in the Bank. It's going to be a fun one, as we're going to be here at 2 p.m. on Saturday for Worlds Collide, and then we're just going to stay around. We're going to hang out. We're going to watch the Money in the Bank. It goes live, I believe, at 7 p.m., so it's going to be a fun day, folks.
Right? So, well, out of that match, if that is the actual match, because we know Steph's going to be in a Money in the Bank qualifier. Out of that match, who are you taking?
It could be Steph.
Liv.
Okay. 5 knuckle shuffle.
Ron Cena.
Oh, I'm trying to get Jeffy up. He's
Husky. Remember, he's Husky. Not Harris, but Husky.
Yeah, not like
what
this
is
guy.
Solo doing? Has Solo just become a manager?
No.
Kind of.
Money in the Bank, for Christ's sake.
Islands!
Yo, by the way, I like his entrance visual and shit. The volcano. Look good.
Yeah, it'd sound a lot better if he was Jeff Cobb instead of JC Mateo, a fucking insurance salesman.
JC Mateo. The leader of a very gruff boy band.
You are my tribal chief.
Yeah, he's Filipino Rhino.
Yeah. And he's like the same fucking stature, too.
Ooh, so here comes Jimmy. With a chair.
Solo, do something.
What's up, Frank? Franker Beans.
Why?
Solo is the best manager in the game, says Jose. I like it.
Yeah, but he's supposed to be a wrestler, not
he's
a manager.
in Money in the Bank, bro. He won a match last week.
Yeah, well, he's doing a good job of managing tonight.
He's supporting his guy as the leader of the faction.
What are you doing? That's my big brother. Oh, now he's going to stop him out.
What are you doing? I'm supposed to thumb him.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Tag match next week. I can see it now.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Uso and Ron Cena versus Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo.
Yeah, let's go. JC Mateo, Street Profits in the
He
house.
looks like, I'm going to say this. He looks like if Bo Dallas and Rhino had a child.
Yeah, pretty much. He really resembles them both.
Yes.
Mateo is literally a salsa brand at my local grocery store.
So, this is why it's bullshit.
There's jokes about him eating Mateo, but I can't see JC Mateo hanging with Solo Inc. very long. He don't fit. I don't think he does not fit. Maybe his name doesn't fit.
Double negative. He does not fit.
But no, I think he fits fine. I think he'll be okay. And you got to remember, if Jacob is moving on, Jeff will be the guy sliding in that spot.
He fits fine if, like we've talked about before, if this new bloodline is not so focused on being the bloodline versus it's kind of a hired gang of mercenaries and everything. That's why Bronson Reed worked for a bit with this and everything. Okay. When they kind of bring in hired guns, and that's what we thought the bloodline might evolved or devolve down to. And that's what it kind of feels like if we brought in the Tongans. Now we're bringing in the Cobbses, the Montaiteos, and all that.
Right. Well, again, it will be very interesting to see what happens when the Tongans return. How does that solidify them? Do they go back in a certain direction? Will it be those four messing with Jacob? I think that's a big possibility.
Right. Well, I'm hoping for a big possibility as I'm about to take a big pause.
Maybe Jacob needs help, and there's some other Samoans we've been waiting to see out there.
Hikuleo, but they've allegedly maybe they're aligned with Roman. But does Axiom deserve a rematch for their title match because it got interrupted by Bray Wyatt's birthday celebration?
I would say yes. I mean, again, how does the the Wyatt Six, as Nick takes his pause for the cause, how do they fit into the tag team division? Would it be something like Dexter Lumis teaming with Joe Gacy to take on the tag champs? How do they get involved in the tag team division? What does it mean for teams like MCMG, DIY, Fraxium? Fraxium should get a run back, I would imagine. You guys can let me know what you think. But I do think that at the end of the day, that's the biggest question for me. How does the Wyatt Six factor into everything? Bo Rhino is hilarious, Jose. I'm not mad about the name JC Mateo. At this point in wrestling history, I don't really get bothered by the names so much. I understand that you look at all the wrestlers like a Stephanie Vacour, they brought in Julia and kept it Julia. I know Ricky Saints Ricky Starks had to become Ricky Saints. They kind of made that change. Ethan Page is Ethan Page, though. So I think when there's opportunity for them to stay with the same name, they do. And when they can't, there has to be a change. I'm fully aware that the wrestler has a say in it. I know people were mad that Zarya came in, but I think it's fine now. I don't even think twice. I was mad when Walter became Gunther. I don't even think about it now. He's Gunther to me. Every time I see him, Gunther, I don't think, oh, there's Walter. Things change. As we are back to Cody Rhodes sitting down with his wife. Again, not sure if it's the most compelling TV. Ray Phoenix Evans versus Lawrence Garza. So, yeah, I saw some talk about this while I was on my pause, but I have no issue with this. I think somebody had an issue with Javon, perhaps. This is simply selling your pay-per-view. AAA is something new. You want to highlight it. You want an opportunity to say, hey, look, Javon, when you put him in the ring, it's not like Javon's coming out to cut an angle or be involved in something. He's going out there to have a match. When you put him out there to have a match, he's flying. He's fine. Being in a match with a guy like Phoenix, there's a lot of opportunities here. It's going to be high flying. It's going to be high energy. It's going to be high fun. And they're using it to build the pay-per-view. They want people to tune in to Worlds Collide. They put it free on YouTube for a reason. They really, really want to build up this brand. So, yeah, I got no issue with a bit of a showcase match. Jordan Grace, too. I don't think I took the last poll down, but JC was the heavy favorite, and as he should have been. The Street Profits are going to need an exorcism after last Friday on SmackDown. The Wyatt 6 returned. So they are advertising. We're still going to get Cody and John Cena face-to-face before we go home tonight. And, yeah, we will see how the Wyatt 6 factor into business here. Who's next? Bagginsons? Okay, so we're still in the back, walking out with the Profits. Who's exactly? I call him Gunther. Exactly. Again, JC Mateo's a tricky one, but if you go to a wrestler and you're like, what do you want your name to be? And he's like, I'm okay with this. What do? I mean, does it really matter? I think the company, guys like Triple H and that know that even if people are like, I hate this name, in a few weeks they forget that the name ever got changed. How do you show up Mariah May on TV? How do you bring Mariah May in? It could be a pay-per-view. It depends on how quick they can make that happen. It all depends on the time frame. If she's going to NXT, do you hold back to like a Great American Bash? I think she will make a stop in NXT. I know a lot of people like we debate this all the time if certain people don't belong in NXT. But you guys got to remember there's things happening behind the scenes that we don't even know about. Stephanie Vancouver was very public on the idea that she was offered main roster out the gate. No questions. You can have main roster. She chose to go and be in NXT. She got to win the title. She looked good. She looked strong. Now she's coming into the main roster very over with at least a chunk of the WWE fan base. It was smart. I could see a lot of wrestlers doing that. Just, again, acclimating to the WWE world is a thing. They are a machine. They run a certain way. They have a high level of demand as far as production goes. You got to hit your marks. You got to know where to be. You got to remember the hard cam at all times, that kind of shit. So I see her coming in by surprise. But if she goes to NXT, she'll be at the very top of the pile. As I got Montez with a mic, any brand, any promotion, we are the greatest tag team on any brand and any promotion. I like it. How do you feel about that from the Street Profits? Stephanie is smart, absolutely. But see, that's an example where the fans get pre-mad, right? Or the fans get mad without knowing the story. And the story is very simple. Stephanie wanted to go to NXT. Oh, I can't believe that. What should the company do? Force her? No. You're going here. I mean, even Jordan. I mean, if Jordan is on her way up, it was such a small stint. And some people ask, why'd she even go there? But it's the same idea. And you got to remember for the wrestlers, if you've never been there before, if you've been in other companies, if you're used to doing things a different way, you're coming into a monster and you're coming into something that's already full steam ahead. You're jumping on the train while it's not stopping. So I don't see a problem with getting some of these smaller runs to get your feet under you. But speaking of getting their feet under them, Fraxium's here with the trippiest entrance in the business. Unnecessarily, I would have Eric Redbeard and Joe Gacy as the tag team and put them in the tag team division. All right, so there's a good question for everybody who's listening right now. How would you do it? Is it Gacy and Redbeard? Is it Redbeard and Dexter? Is it Dexter and Joe? Assuming that Howdy probably going to be the single out of the group, does Redbeard get saved? See, the only reason why I thought Dexter and Joe was I like Redbeard potentially going after like the mid card, like the US title scene. There's a lot of big bodies in there, but like a Redbeard going after, having a match with a Jacob or an LA Knight. I think there's opportunity there, but doesn't mean one of the other guys can't do it. But Joe to me might be obviously the youngest guy kind of in the group. So we'll see what that means. But we'll see. How do they factor in? This show peaked with Nia Jax doing a leg drop and nearly collapsing the ring. So Nathan Frazier wants to run it back, folks. Here comes MCMG. Again, who wants to see The Rock as a guest on the Cody Rhodes podcast? Oh, my God. Christian just asking for trouble. JC Mateo is Rhino if he was a Wyatt role. That's too funny. Fraxium. Here comes Fraxium. Give the SP the Hurt Syndicate. Fraxium. Does this mean we are getting a rematch? They want one, but MCMG wants one. Montez, what the F are you talking about? How we know? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. Is that appropriate? Here comes DIY. Is this a moment where the Wyatt Six show up and decimate everybody again? I like them with Candace, and I can be a little dismissive of Candace at times, but I kind of like her like this. And it actually helps DIY, if I'm being honest. Oh, 100%. But I don't think could you do a ladder match during Money in the Bank? Just have all matches with ladders? There's a conspiracy. Why? Well, that's her husband. So let's start with that one. The little guy talking is her husband. They were in the way together. Candace hasn't done a lot on the main roster. And when she has done stuff, we've been kind of surprised or not overly impressed by what she does. I know she can wrestle. I've seen a good amount of Candy work on the independent scene. She gives me that Alicia Edwards vibe. And I think it works for DIY. It actually helps them be a little more annoying. What? Stay tuned. And the lights go out. Ciampa demands a moment of silence, and it goes dark. They're back. Howdy on the turnbuckle. Redbeard with MCMG annihilates them. Wow, Molly go round from Loomis. They're here. Yeah, right? A little bit. She kind of look at that sassy attitude type of girl that gets her guy into fights that he doesn't need to be in. Nikki Cross jumping on LaRue. And the Wyatts are decimating the tag team division. Howdy, hooking it up, Sister Abigail. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Wyatt Six, yes, they are, Dale. Well played. Ciampa's heel turn has made me like his character a hell of a... I like, Psycho Killer Ciampa. I really do. I really do. But the Wyatt Six are in the building. And that is it. We go back to commercial break. Johnny, I struggle with at times. Johnny can be a little bland. I like Candace like this. It kind of brings out a little more arrogance, a little more annoyance for DIY. I could get behind this. Shirtless Ciampa, let them in. Let's go. They're here. Ciampa looks like facts. Hey, sometimes those are good in a pinch, though. Here we go. The party is over. Chaos begins. Uncle Poppy butthole. What does that even mean? Speaking of Uncle. Oh, no, he changed his mind.
Oh, no. I did the wrong button. I tried to do the thing to bring me back, and I turned myself out there. The lights went out in Knoxville. But yes, Psycho Killer, qu'est-ce que c'est?
Right. How do you feel about what you caught here? They bring out the tag team division. They're actually making the tag team division feel competitive. They're showing 4 teams. There's a couple others out there that exist. So there's 6, 7 teams that are kind of in the mix of this group, but there's the core group that really want a title shot. and the Wyatts keep decimating them now 2 weeks in a row.
SmackDown's tag division over Raw's tag team division
By a mile.
And I think that we're going to end up with a multi-person. I know you mentioned about, because you clicked on when I was saying it, of we're going to set up for a multi-tag match or a multi-team tag match at Money in the Bank. I could see them adding a ladder to it because, I mean, Christ, they did a TLC whole pay-per-view and everything. The Wyatt 6 getting involved in here. Are you okay that the Wyatt 6 started where it was and now we're tag division or broke here?
Yes, I am okay with it. In the sense that very disappointed with what had happened. And again, we didn't fully know how much Bo was hurt and how Bo got hurt kind of delayed things. I'm very curious about the Wyatt 6 right now. Yeah, again, I'm not really sure where it was going. If that's what hindered Alexa being on SmackDown more consistently makes you perk your ears up. How does that tie into Alexa? Does that cross paths at some point? I want to know. I'm curious if there are, like, you know, is it Redbeard and Dexter or Redbeard and Joe or Joe and Dexter? Do they, again, legitimately go after the tag titles? They got an opportunity, and then you still have, you know, Bo free or Redbeard free to kind of do other, you know, work the single track.
Yeah, well, I heard you with that, and I hate to do it, but normally I scratch my head like this. When it comes to this, people even saw me. I was scratching my head like this shit.
Right.
When it comes to this, but I think it's Dexter and Gacy as the tag team.
Yeah.
You said Redbeard versus a Fatu's a match that I know Redbeard will probably lose, but I want to see the match.
Oh, yeah.
Howdy is the big outlier because Howdy is not Bray at all. And not on that anywhere that level. I don't believe that could ever be right now a world title gimmick or anything like that. And I'm not saying that. Well, that's part of the issue that became with Bray of when it became a world title thing. It took some of the mystique of it, but I don't know. Like, they're not enough mystique, but they're not enough title contender. And then there's weird in between. I
just feel like they're restarting. I'm less excited about them than I was when they first came back. I thought they came back really well, but I'm still, and you hear the building, the lights go out, the building snaps, like they go unglued and they're pumped. Now I'm curious to see where it goes. Keep in mind, you know, Bo Dallas, the people overlook the fact that Bo Dallas was he one of the first, if the first NXT champion?
Yes.
So, I mean, there is some faith in him that he can get to the top of a group. It just needs a lot of runway. We got to get it going. Like, we got to, get somewhere.
This is the thing, is like, you had the runway. Like, you had the best takeoff you could have ever had. But and the plan went missing somehow.
Well, it wasn't somehow.
The triangle. So now we're here.
Well, it wasn't like somehow. It was like Bo got an injury. That was a big problem.
Right, but we don't even... I get you that, but for what I was going with, if you don't even know exactly fully where they were going with this, like, is this going to stay as just this spooky, fantastic? Like, it had all the momentum and it was such a stop-start that now it's, how do you turn the engine back over a little bit?
Well, no, but I do agree with you. It was, but I don't know what you do when somebody gets hurt. Like, when the central character gets injured, like, I mean, again,
a promo.
Well, I mean, again, if he's out for an extended period of time, you don't want to burn out, like, just doing the vignettes.
It was already teetering on.
It was
stale when it was him versus the final when it was the Wyatt 6 versus the Final Testament and everything.
It definitely disappointing. It's been one of Triple H's biggest disappointments as far as I know, or from what I can see. I have not loved it. Now that we got a healthy Bo Dallas, where does it go? That's what I want to know.
Fair out. It needs a lot of runway now at this point.
They're just getting started. Last week they popped up where people weren't really sure if they were coming back. Big pop for the return. They decimate the tag teams. Tonight they show up, big pop.
Yeah, but we talked about this earlier with another faction in AEW of still though. People don't forget with how they started off before, and now
somebody, like you keep saying that, Nick, but somebody got hurt. What were they supposed to do?
Like they were already cutting spooky promos and everything. You could have kept doing that.
The main guy was out for like over 2 months. The main guy of the story.
But even that, like I said though, too, and you even agree with me, it was already teetering on too much and going downwards
for sure
before he got hurt with the Final Testament. So the ship was already fucking sinking. Him getting hurt is just what sunk the ship. Now we're just trying to raise it.
Yeah, and the only way you can do that is by booking it and making it work and make it matter and make it exciting. And that's their challenge now. Where does it go? What do they do with it?
Fair enough. But, well, speaking of bookings, exciting, what do they do with it? Javon Evans coming out right now, about to be tag team partner with Rey Fenix versus Los Lobos, Los Lotharios, Los Garza here. Is this too fast for Javon on SmackDown? Does he stay here?
No. This is 100% an exhibition match to sell tickets and sell people on AAA NXT Worlds Collide. Javon's in the Fatal 4-Way. Phoenix is in the Fatal 4-Way. It gives them an opportunity to advertise for Worlds Collide. Javon's going to put on a show here, I do imagine. And yeah, I don't think he's staying. I don't think he's ready, but this is selling everybody on the pay-per-view that's coming up. They want this to be a success.
I agree with you 100%. I just had to confirm because I had Boston out there of it's a joke. Oh my God. The world was falling in because Javon Evans is having a match on SmackDown, which again, what they're doing with Worlds Collide, you're introducing a whole new audience to AAA, and you're going to have it free on SmackDown right before one of your bigger, we've argued your big 5 out of your big 4 with Money in the Bank added on there. So absolutely.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, and not only that, I think anytime you and I think have been down that road with Javon of like, we don't expect much of him. And all of a sudden he has this amazing match and he wins. And we're like, holy shit.
And he's super talented.
Yeah, like he's kind of surprises. And if people can get behind a guy like Brandon Knight or Leon Slater, there's no reason why Javon can't have a swing, right? Whoa!
Right?
I like that.
Oh, I can't wait to watch Mike Santana versus Javon Evans for the TNA Championship.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. What's up, Adam? Reunited and it feels so good.
We were almost perfectly in sync with that. There you go.
Right? Harmonizing, folks.
Harmony.
What's up? So happy for Javon. Yeah, instead of us being all like, oh, I can't believe Javon's here, can't we just give the kid some love, be happy for him? You know, like celebrate him a little. Like, oh, this is
he's getting to show up and show out because that's what the show's about out here on SmackDown.
Right.
Like, that's the thing is, to me, he's not staying. This is a staycation. Yeah. You ain't staying here for a minute. You're getting here for a quick minute.
He's got the crowd cheering because he's nuts.
Well, and he has such a unique move set, repertoire, whatever words you want to fucking attach to it.
Right. And he looks good in there. I got no issue with this. Nice super kick.
The thing is, he would work good in a tag team. If he was a singles competitor right now, we talked about this with Ricky, he would get swallowed up because he's low man on the totem pole.
For sure. And I mean, outside of the fact that he does high, flippy, tricky spots, and he's super athletic and very talented in the ring, we don't know how much more he brings to the situation. We see him, he's got a personality on him, but it's a very young personality that's still developing. So, I mean, in time, but you got to give your young talent. To me, it's this old adage with the fan base of like, we're tired of these people. You're like, okay, how about these people? No, we don't like them either. Like, they haven't done anything. Well, we know they haven't done anything. That's why we're putting them on the TV now so they can do some things. Yeah, but like, why? Like, we can't. Like, what do we do?
We call these people fickle bitches, but I got fickle bitches on my screen. I got an advertisement. I was trying to find a segue to let you know. I got just, again, instantly just We close up on Ray Fenix's face, commercial.
Yeah, it's so funny. I don't know why they don't call the commercials like they used to. Like maybe because there's too many of them, so the more they call attention to
Yeah,
them,
but
like,
I don't know which I hate more of the go to like big spot commercial or just out in the blue, zoom in on his face commercial. Like what
yeah,
the
I don't.
fuck?
Yeah,
Like I was watching the match and it just literally breaks out into a fucking an EV car commercial.
right. Yeah, I know. I agree. It's odd at times, and again, things have changed from my viewing standpoint. Just because
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
don't get the commercials. You just get the timer letting you know that your American
Right.
counterpart is on commercial.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I got a countdown, a minute 47, 45, 44, for you to come back from commercial.
Thanks.
Los Lobos is all over Javon right now.
Yeah, and when he's only 21 years old. The man can just barely buy a legal beverage. I can say the words. I've had too many beverages if I
Right?
can't say it. Yeah.
Liv and Dom babyface. Well, the fans kind of turned Dom babyface. Roxy kind of helped push Liv. Like Liv got a big pop for returning and catching Dom on Monday.
I think Roxy's babyface. I think it's making
Okay.
Roxy and Finn babyface because Finn was enjoying the
awesome.
shit out of that.
Finn
Look what I
awesome.
did. I set your cheating ass up.
Right. No, I
Oh,
thought
you
Finn
wait
was...
with the fucking Arrested Development music to play.
Right. I honestly want to hijack this and somehow
I
merchandise it.
saw that.
That is fucking awesome.
I love it.
One of my favorite groups ever of any kind. But that is a little bit of brilliance, MDB. I like it.
Wake up. It's the stream of the night.
It's the stream of the morning. Javon's got the Randy Orton rub. He's good. He is
good. He's literally got a rub from Randy Orton because he didn't take an RKO. He just took a rub. That's all he took.
Los. He just took the rub. Yeah.
Yeah, you got me there. You wide right a little bit.
Right. He kind of missed the rub.
Well, he got a rub. He just didn't take the move.
Oh.
Look, what's a beverage? Yeah, see, that's what I've had too many of them.
I love me some beverage, especially up here.
Oh, absolutely.
Good old beaver.
Got beaver tails and shit like that. That's a snack.
Beaver tails are phenomenal. Beaver tails are ridiculous. Beaver tails are diabetes on a big yummy piece of dough. It's fucking horrible.
Do we need a commercial break for you to explain to people what beaver tails are? That's man dirty.
It's deep fried dough, and then you can top it. It's almost like funnel cake in the texture, but it's like picture like a big flat beaver paddle tail of just covered in whatever. Some of them are like fucking apple cinnamon. Some of them are score bites and all the goodies and whipped cream and fruit, whatever you want.
Well, I was gonna say, you Canadians and us Americans not so far apart. You got beaver tails and poutine. We got Philly cheesesteaks and the New York pizza and everything like that. We got fat together.
Right. I love me a good Philly cheesesteak. Not gonna lie.
Mm.
But right now, Berto, I don't know what he's going by this week. Got Javon down. Crowd kind of into it, so they seem pretty good with this. I want to start bowling team and call it Bowl Thugs in Harmony. That's jokes. Let's go. I'm on the team. I'm in. Oh!
I just want the bowling shirt.
Ethan, by the way, Ethan on commentary laughing.
Well, because the two competitors of Phoenix and Javon are going to be part of his little bit of four-way there.
Absolutely. Diabetes.
What?
No puking. Oh, Phoenix flying.
Springboard arm drag into a stomp there. There is very much a thing when it comes to lucha wrestling of like They just have to physically have momentum, and they just start hitting all the moves.
Oh, a little bit of a kick that didn't look pretty. But no, I agree. And I think what I like about it is the pace, the ebbs and flows are awesome. And when they get firing, like it's shit like that, like so graceful. Phoenix looks like he's floating on that moonsault.
Yes, the Russian charge might have scored that a 7 out of 10, but I think we here might give that at least a 9 out of 10.
The spin back kick.
Spin back kick, yeah. What the fuck ever is that called?
Oh, knee by Angel. Javon gonna get the pin here.
Is that the new Hallmark series, Knee by an Angel?
Knee by an Angel. Well, listen here, my son.
It's about a bunch of people in wheelchairs.
Hot tag.
How I still feel on one hand we're moving further away, but somehow moving closer to the Lucha Bros as a tag team in WWE. And when they are a tag team in WWE on Friday Night SmackDown, and we get a match of DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, the Street Profits versus the Lucha Bros, everyone, and I do mean everyone, can shut the fuck up.
Just for the record, if anyone's wondering at home, this is a really good match.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's been good pace. It's been hard hitting.
Yo. Well, and that's the thing is, Javon's top dog or a big dog in NXT, but around here, you're a pup, my guy.
Right. Oxtail a little greater than Beaver Tail. Completely different worlds, bro. But Oxtail is fucking awesome. Some oxtail gravy, hook me up. Let's go. Over some rice and beans. Ooh.
Is there any meat he can jerk? What?
Oh, shit.
Oh,
he's so thin and bendy.
Yeah.
He's like Gumby. He hit the top of the rope. His head almost touched his ass. The back of his head.
If he was Adam Cole, he would have landed that fucking apron powerbomb spot perfectly.
The kid is so bendy.
Oh, wibbly nibbly now, like a fucking.
They work him into the corner. Tag to Barto. Both men on the top.
But
Javon trying to get free.
This though still from any sort of a logical sense, this makes sense. I hate to say it that way, but you have Los Garza's, the tag team, working together, working over the young whippersnapper and all of that, while still Fenix now with a good stomp to the back here. But you have the tag team that works better together. You have Javon and Fenix, who are in Swanton.
Keep this in the ring, please.
An improv Swanton bomb.
Oh, double super kick. Let's go. Santos is out there as well, but Ethan Page holding up that belt. As it will be a fatal four-way for the North American title at.
Yeah, and if you're Santos, can I just force my way into making this a fatal five-way?
Right. Oh, there goes
the ref not see any of this.
Javon with a super kick. I thought Javon was going to get the pin. Now I think Lobos is going to win.
Yeah, well, says about small package. 1, 2 count.
Springboard paradise.
Is that a springboard Pele kick?
Yeah, kind of. Like he comes a full rotation, like a full revolution.
Yeah.
Now Santos flexing.
Oh, no,
no.
God damn it. I was like, how the fuck is this man keep getting away?
Javon comes down hard on the ankle.
But Ethan's just been so involved in this match.
Los Garza, which have an amazing finisher, by the way.
Do you know what it's called?
Ole!
How far is heaven?
That's what it should be called. The How Far is Heaven?
I'm just saying.
I accept that fully.
Yeah, but so, hey, imagine that. And again, it's booking sense makes booking sense of you have the tag team that is the team of the heels with the heel commentator involved in the other match on the outside. The numbers game plays into it. The team that works together beats the team that hasn't worked together.
Exactly.
Every angle of that makes sense.
And Javon being the youngest one, technically, Joe's pissed right off. Joe's getting good, man.
Oh, 100%. They're glitchity.
Let's go. Okay.
Catch and fly.
See? They'll hook you back quick, bro.
You gotta give me something.
That would have happened. This is what you got to do with them. You got to put them in our face and make them.
Yeah, but is this an ad? Okay, so I cut from that to a fucking ad that was literally just casting calls. So I'm like, literally, I don't know if this is part of the shit or not. Because it cut to a woman to cast a call. I'm just like,
right.
Howdy, what are you doing? Are you taking fucking bookings for who's going to be in the next fucking little tidbit? Yeah, but no, I can watch a spooky trailer as many times. So sometimes the movie just starts to become shit when I watch so many trailers. Like,
but you were the one that said that they could have kept doing promos while he was out. So, I mean, it's a bit
they could have, and they didn't. So now we're making up for lost time.
100%. Like, they got to get in stuff, right? Like, they got to be used.
They need a motive. That's the biggest thing to me, is they need a true defined motive. Right now, everything's been a little...
Yeah, I don't know if they just came back last week, and they decimated everybody. So I don't know what you want them to do after one appearance. Should they come out and explain themselves before they beat anybody up, or?
Yes, God damn it, because they took a bridged hiatus there. Well, even the fucking Chad Gable thing, there's no fucking follow up on it.
Okay, so let's say that was shit, and now we're back. Like, we if you're gonna use them, we got to put them somewhere. A lot of people are excited they're back. What is Uncle Howdy said? Dale, English.
I think you said what Uncle Howdy said, just backwards.
He said none of that would have happened, and then it went off. So I don't know if that was an accident or if there was more. I don't know, but all it said to me was none of this would have happened. Off. So there's your explanation coming soon.
Well, I don't mind if and I know where you're instantly going to go, well, Bo got hurt, but the super breakup in any sort of continuity or anything like this with to where I have it just I'm so pulled out of it, and now I've got to get back into. I agree,
but I'm into what they're doing. Like, they're back, and I'm curious. Like, that's the start for me. That's the starting point. We know what happened before. We can't change what happened before, but that doesn't mean they all should quit wrestling.
Yeah, but there's a lot of dirt sheets that want to change what happened before when it comes to other things and everything. I don't know.
What does that even matter? How does that even fit into this
point? Like I said,
I get it.
I wish there was no bridge in between. There was no extended intermission.
We all do. Don't you think Bo wishes he never got hurt?
Yeah, but that's when, though, you could have still done segments and vignettes and everything in between then to keep it going.
Now you sound like a spoiled wrestling fan. Guy gets hurt, has to rehab and get better so he can come back. But why wasn't he doing stuff while he wasn't here? Like, that just sounds terrible.
Let's be honest, though. They all you got to do is film some shit with a couple of pages, a couple of scribbles, and some static, and that works for a Wyatt 6 video package. It's not like they're doing high fucking production on here. It's not like this is a fucking Steven Spielberg fucking production out here. This is just some static and some random cutaways to
a dark pretty actually in depth
session.
I would argue their video stuff's been pretty in depth and little hints and Easter eggs and clues and riddles. But
yes, but it's not high production. There is not a ton of overhead to make that shit.
It's crafty shit. They got to pay somebody.
No, it's creative. I'll give you that, but it's not. There's not overhead. You don't get. There's no craft catering for a fucking Wyatt 6 video segment filming.
Adult beverages. Let's go. Adult beverages only, folks. But no, I mean, again, I get what you're saying. They tapered off. We kind of lost a little bit of that excitement that we were supposed to have. It faded. Now they're back. Okay, where do we go from here?
As
As we got Vega, but they looked dominant last week. It was really cool. They got a big pop tonight. Looked like Howdy's got a message for us. Might have gotten cut off. We don't know. But now the explanation comes of what their plan is and where they're going.
yeah, at least it wasn't Black Adam, but yeah, we've got 617 instead of 619 Zelina Vega out there.
Chelsea doing Chelsea things.
Yeah, I believe you were on your pause when she popped up, and she's now she's got the little face puppets and everything, and she's hiding the mask. She's out here, Rip Hamilton.
Right. So we got Alba Fire taking on Vega. Not sure why we couldn't advertise this match prior to tonight, but say.
Do you want me to give the real answer? Or
yeah, like advertise a couple more than 3 segments, guys.
Well, no, it's because they're women. That's why they won't advertise.
Maybe. But Alba Fire stepping in. Who you taking, folks? Who you taking? Do you got Vega? Do you have Piper? Who do you got? Who do you got? Not Piper. Alba. Isla Dawn was on the boat.
I want her back.
Right. Well, to the fans out there, to everybody out there, whoever's seen the videos or clips, it was funny because yesterday, as I was like scrolling through Twitter, I was like kind of chuckling of like, when does that ever happen in real life? Like, imagine like you just rolled up and there's 25 current and former WWE divas on a boat. Whenever you ever walk somewhere, like you see clips and videos of all these women going to like the same restaurant. I've never walked into a place.
Wait, this is a fucking actual thing. I still thought you were talking about jokes and everything like that. No, this was an actual fucking thing.
Yeah, it went down. It was a good time.
Why wasn't I invited?
Exactly.
Now I'm Dolph Ziggler. It should have been me.
I would have live streamed that shit.
Yeah, but no, that's just, I mean, you do you, boo-boo. I mean, but have WWE divas become celebrities. Mandy Rose is still out there halfway a news, catcher because of her distant memories from WWE.
I mean, it does help you to be on the platform and build your name off it. Best day ever, right? Like it's amazing. Imagine you were down wherever they were and you roll your boat up to the dock and you look to the left and there's just everyone you could ever think of just on this boat. When does that ever happen? It had to happen to somebody over the weekend.
No. Question: was there a dinghy trailing them with a couple of paddles and a bunch of guys in sweatshirts and neck beards that were asking for autographs and everything?
Probably.
I felt like there might have been a dinghy behind them. Just, Can you sign this? Can you sign this?
Right. Like the closest, like wrestling wise, I've ever had is one time I was coming out of a movie theater. Rhino, Saturn, Raven, Kidman, there was someone else. We're going into the movie theater that I was coming out of. But even at that time, they were going in and I was coming out. I didn't want to be like, hey guys, I just kind of had that fucking mark out moment of like, oh my God, I know who that is. But like imagine
just the visceral shake takes over.
Right? Like you go to a movie and you sit down and there's like 5 WWE divas in front of you, like, or 5 wrestlers. Like that never happens.
Right. Now I still just get the question of how many people would show restraint, but I've got Alba with the kind of, she just whipped Zelina around.
Yeah, nobody cares about Zelina. It's funny because if you go online, the IWC peeps would have you convinced that like she's amazing, she's loved, mostly because she does cosplay. But and we know how that goes. It's a big part of why people like her. But then she's the champion and the crowd's quiet. She broke fucking Chelsea's face last week. Nobody's freaking out. Like if Nia Jax kicked Chelsea in the fucking face last week, people would be losing their mind. Zelina does it. They're like, she's cute. She didn't mean to do it.
I love Zelina. I think it is, as we go to commercial break, it is the biggest example of the disconnect between the viewing audience and the internet audience.
Oh, huge.
That to where the actual viewing audience Dude, almost, why the fuck did you give it to her? Let's still keep it on Chelsea. This is still the best thing going. The internet audience, oh my God, it's amazing. My queen, I love you. I worship you. All of that. And again, I'm not trying to shit on Zelina at all. I think she's incredibly talented. I loved her whole moment at Backlash in Puerto Rico and everything. But it very much, there is just a disconnect in the fan base.
Yeah, the quiet dead for this match. So that's the disconnect. And like the internet will say things, and you and I watch a lot of the wrestling, almost all of it. Like when sometimes I'm sitting there scrolling and I'm like, I said it about Saturday Night Main Event. I was a little surprised there was so much heat on it because I had a lot of fun with it. And I was like, what did I miss? Like, or all these talks about like, you know, the demise of WWE. I'm like, they're burning. Like we're watching every building sell out. They're giving matches time. Like that's a new thing. They're giving us quality matches on like the weekly shows. I get it. Some of the things people don't love about Cena, but it's like even then, like people don't get it. We're on a retirement tour. We're not like doing the best shit ever. We're on a fucking, you know, a greatest hits fucking tour.
Right, but granted, it is not without fault, and I think this is a bit of
it's not the problem.
Well, he's not allowed here. He's not welcome here anymore.
Right.
But I do think that this is such a thing of, do you feel the Zelina experiment, the test here of her as champion is a failure? And I feel that's hard to say even right there because she gets the reaction online, but in ring, and I've literally been even corrected and had the discussion with people of like in ring, all of that, there is not that reaction. So like, are you just championing her online and are you priced out? You can't buy a ticket, you can't, cheer for or anything like that. What's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the part of the problem that now a different class of people are getting tickets more than some of the lower middle class, so therefore there's less energy in the building. Is it becoming a more corporate quiet vibe? Like that's not good. You see what the WWE does when they go, when they leave US soil, the buildings go insane.
But is it like UFC now to where most of the front couple rows at a UFC event, especially a pay-per-view,
are
all celebrities or all higher ups and everything, and then you've got the common folk up in the mausoleums and everything like that, up in the rafters.
Yeah.
Commercial break for this. MDB, you can't say it's a failure after less. I wasn't trying to say it's fair. I don't know how else to describe it.
Again, I get MDB's point in the sense of, is it a failure? No, not yet. And giving someone an opportunity is not really a failure. I want Zelina to do well because I actually do like the lady. But I think the crowd's got to get behind her. And if they don't, then you move on. Maybe she's better off in a tag team. Maybe she's better off being Andrade. Like Andrade hasn't been the same without her. Put them back together. Like do something like that.
Well, then that's where I'm conflicted on this because I really do like Zelina, but I think this is proof positive the internet isn't real because so where's the actual cheering? Where's everybody losing their mind? Where's the vocal audience outside of the stadium for Zelina? So the internet isn't real. So you want to champion this. But when dollars meet cents and dollars meet asses and seats and everything, that doesn't seem to equate the same. That's where it gets convoluted and questionable to me.
Right. But both women are down there battling it out. I will be right back.
Fair enough. KJ's got to go and check on the mask structural integrity there on Chelsea Green, as I do have Alba Fire. It should have been Isla Dawn versus Zelina Vega. So again, if you haven't done so already, folks, and I know we've been on a tangent here, but let me know how you're feeling, who you got, whether you got Zelina. And again, if you think we're completely up shit's creek and everything like that and out of touch with everything, again, I welcome the conversation, and that's the best thing I love about all of this is welcome the conversation, welcome the discussion, even between whether it be me, KJ, whether it be, Anthony, what have you, Christ, MDB, Damien, Christian. I'm just seeing all the names in the chat right now. Larry, 316, trust me. We've gone to battles with 316 over Liv and Rhea, and, he's still here. But that's the thing, is I welcome the discussion, but I just really don't know, I just get really confused of everyone online seems to really love Zelina. And I like her too. I think she's great. I want her to be something so much. But the crowds just don't seem to give all that much of a fuck. As she hits the Viva La Vega with the little Eddie Shuffle with the, Meteora. Yeah, it's not even that she's a bad wrestler, that the matches are bad or whatever. It's just, hello, darkness, my old friend. When it comes to this match, it is silence. And I don't know why. Damien, people power turned on Vince. He ain't buying anything. Fair enough. Shout out, Frankie. Damien, if that's Vince, he can get legalish. What? You're funny, 360, Stephanie winning that match, period. What? Philip, the only reason people don't like WWE is The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania. Otherwise, people won't like AEW. Philip, I disagree with all of that. I'm halfway with, I think that people have turned to AEW side because of The Rock and Travis Scott. They're showing ups and not showing ups, as we got a swanton from Alba Fire for a Duke out at WrestleMania. But I think that's turned people away from the WWE product. I don't think that we fit into any sort of that type of mold of, only, don't like the WWE just because The Rock didn't show up. As Chelsea lost the mask. The Phantom has been released. Stephanie versus Liv versus Io Monday. Who you got? I'm still taking Liv. Code Red 1, 2, 3 as Lena gets the win. You know what would be really crazy? And I actually really like the idea, especially because House of Glory is doing a whole Puerto Rico week and everything. Let Zelina Vega wrestle in House of Glory. Let her show up and represent Puerto Rico in New York City and everything. We're already getting Elektra Lopez versus Diana Purrazzo, which I think is a fantastic match. We know Mike Santana is going to be heavily involved with that, which I like all the reports of Mike Santana getting a lot of praise from everything he did backstage at WWE. In other news, water is wet. No shit, Sherlock. But yeah, as the Miz and Carmelo backstage right now, as Spaz with a $5 super chat, the take is they gave Zelina Vega the belt to get Aleister Black to come back. Like she's a person, not an Aleister accessory. Yeah, I haven't heard that take, and I don't think that would make any bit of sense. Of how long was he over there? He built a whole faction while he was over there, while she was still working in WWE. So yeah, I don't know about all that. No response from the crowd. Yes, Christian 2-2, Ronan 3-1, Dale the birthday boy 3-1. Chelsea in that dress though. Well, I mean, he's gonna have to fight Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona got hands, and we know he gonna about do them things. Fans were literally giving Zelina a thumbs down as she was walking to the back. I did not see that. That's, I guess, just the typical New York Yankees greeting, I guess, of a thumbs down. Are you sure water is wet? I don't know. I mean, in America, it might just be dry somehow, but last I checked, last update, last refreshes, water is still wet. John C is taking Carmelo, so it looks like we are, if I can find the slide, we are about to be heading towards Carmelo versus Jacob Fatu versus Andrade. Oh no, we got Priest coming out here. Okay. As he got a little shiner. How are you doing? Was that from Jesse Ventura because he got out of the cage the wrong way? But that's also, I know, and I'm waiting for KJ to get back here and everything. And of course, he's going to show up, and then we're going to talk about it. And then I'm going to take a pause and all that. But yeah, with SmackDown staying 3 hours, there's a lot actually, really, if you really think about it, going on. Mello is him somewhat. But SmackDown's really got a fair bit going on. You've got Jacob and Solo, you've got Cody Cena, you've got Damian still going on, you've got Alexa, you've got Charlotte and Alexa and all that. You've got Naomi, Jade, Bianca. You've still got the tag division with or without the Wyatt Six. So yeah, SmackDown's actually got a fair amount going on. It just, can they book it right is the bigger thing, because I know he's gonna pop up and correct me on something here, but I'm trying to remember what Raw really has outside of, we have Rhea, which everybody doesn't like because everybody wants to call her Rhea Hogan. We have Becky and Lyra, where everyone wants to call Becky Hogan. The tag titles, I don't think really much. We have the IC belt with Dirty Dom, so we've still got the Judgment Day kind of feud going on. We've still got a feud over chicken nuggets. It's not like we haven't done that for the past 4 months or more. And we've got Seth's faction and everything like that. I would almost argue SmackDown might have actually more going on than Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is still great, and I think they just might, the 2.5 hours kind of helps, and they might package their shit a little bit better. But SmackDown's got a good bit going on. I mean, we've got Damian Priest about to come out here after this commercial break right now, and Mans hits the concerto, turns Jesse Ventura heel for half a second and sends Drew McIntyre to the bench for a good bit here. So what's next? What are we going to follow up on this on? Don't believe he's a Money in the Bank qualifier. Where does he go here? Does he go after Jacob Fatu? Does he try and get involved in the world title scene or anything? It'd be interesting to see. Wait, SmackDown. Why did I almost call it SmackDown? I turned Australian for a minute. SmackDown not going back to 2 hours. Yes. So again, hi Wesley. Hi, Mr. Quake. Hi, Malik. Hi, everyone. Damien is Gothic Archer. I think Damien is Gothic Mike Santana, emo Mike Santana, but I digress. But yes, so the story allegedly going around is that it was already allegedly that SmackDown was going to go back to 2 hours in June. That was the preemptive result of we're going to try it at 3 hours, and then Bob's your uncle, we're going to go back to 2 hours in June. Turns out the USA Network is over the moon and super happy about everything that's come back on Friday Night SmackDown on USA Network, especially with it being at 3 hours. So it's going to stay for the remainder until, I guess, to be determined. Again, these are all allegedlys, but it's going to stay 3 hours, which I feel so much in my bones that this was discussed before a bit when Raw was 3 hours and then USA lost it, and everyone's like, well, they're going to get their 3 hours back one way or another. So now it's just Friday Night SmackDown, which, I mean, again, they've got the stories to fit it a bit. And I mean, if you're going to have those 3 hours and all of that, you can let matches have their time. As I'm getting a Julia video package right now, is again, newest member of the SmackDown women's roster, Julia. So we might have a whole new crop, A, in the women's division on both shows, and B, in NXT. Stick to 7 and 9, but no, boo-boo. You do you, boo-boo. Keith Lee teasing a return, wonder where. Well, Keith Lee's got to get medically cleared more than anything. I think it was more of him teasing him. He's done with AEW more than he's popping up anywhere. I want to see Keith Lee happy, healthy, and safe and all that before I worry about where he is in ring. But yeah, we're getting a whole video package. And if you didn't know Julia before when she was in NXT, allow her to reintroduce herself. Yeah. Like I've always done. So, and she cut it actually in English, but I mean, we got subtitles. I mean, do her service. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Like we could realistically have a Tiffany versus Julia match. And I really wonder how that'll work out. As Alita backstage, unnecessary water pour, but I digress. Beautiful Madness Julia's eyeing her up here. And I know we had talked about this before, and I know Julia's qualified for the Money in the Bank match, but Julia versus Zelina, the U.S. title, is not a bad introductory feud for Julia. Probably give her the belt, but it might help Zelina a bit, a little refresh, a little somebody new to dance with. Don't mind me, I'm halfway. We're not getting Malachi Black. I just see all the flames. I was halfway. Oh, we're getting Damian Priest coming out right now. I didn't know if this was my turn to sing gibberish. But yes, the Archer of Infamy, the man with the black eye out here, concerto, toe and toe. What is next for Damian Priest? Am just gonna, Julia is a mystery. I think your sentence is a mystery, Mr. Malik, or Dave Malik, but yeah. Evolution is a mystery. Julia about to take that title from old girl ASAP. Yeah. All rise for the Judgment Day. All rise. Damian Priest, Christian. Nick, you think MCMG, DIY, Street Profits, and Fraction are going to take their frustrations on Nick Aldis? No, because that's lunacy. I think they're going to take their frustrations out on each other in a match, probably, potentially, at Money in the Bank for the tag titles. Could be, should be, potentially would be. If not, then maybe on a weekly episode of SmackDown, especially since it's staying at 3 hours. But yeah, Aldis is not getting physical until he's going to have a match. And we thought we were going to have that with Randy Orton, and we didn't. So he's not getting physical for a minute. That new pre-shirt is awesome. I didn't know he had a new shirt. Well, I guess hopefully he'd taken a shower and changed a new shirt, but I didn't know he had a new merch out there. This is what I could go. Find it. Go get our merch. Do it. Yes. Go get our new shirts. It's on his body. Yes. Thank you, Boston. I would have never known if you didn't tell me. But yes, no, folks. Plug halfway intended here. Go and get our, newer shirts and everything. Go put our shirts. Go put our names and faces and gimmicks and all the slogans and everything like that. Go put us on your body. Pause. But yeah, you do you, boo-boo. As Priest out here cutting a promo. But yes, absolutely. Again, when you buy shirts from other podcasts, everything, halftime, don't show up. They show up in there like burlap. You can't wear them. You can't sleep in them, anything like that. They ain't comfortable. They got mites and lice and everything out there. But I can guarantee you, Wrestling for Life shirts out there. They're the finest threads out there. 100% silk grade cotton and all of that. And also, we still got something up our sleeves here, there, and there. But yeah, of course, I don't know if it was the silk made cotton or something up a sleeve that.
Yeah, I was about to say. Speaking of silk made cotton, Graybeard is back.
Gandalf, how you doing?
Gandalf, the Grey. But get your merch. Our merch is awesome. It's legitimate.
Yes, well, we'll clothe your bodies just like I guess how Boston was mentioned of Damien's got a new shirt on his body. But yes, if you need to clothe your bodies, people out there, 100%, we got all the shirts and all the slogans and everything for you.
Right. So he's calling. What do you think of Julia confronting Zelina?
I think we talked about that for a minute of even though she won Money in the Bank, if we thought Charlotte was going to win Money in the Bank, we were going to set towards Julia and Zelina.
Right.
I'm surprised that the next in line for Damian Priest is Jacob Fatu.
I'm not, because I mean he goes back after a title, after a convincing kind of hard hitting.
But he's going to lose.
Maybe.
Fuck you mean maybe? Jacob Fatu.
He could.
You know what I mean?
He could easily get fucked by one of his family members.
Whoa. Incest is not the best.
It's not the best. It ain't the worst.
Well, I can't fucking say it's the best. God damn it.
I bought a shirt from another podcast once. Why'd you do that?
I'll read this out of this is we have a true testimonial, folks, of I bought a shirt from another podcast once. They sent me a piece of dog poop. If you don't want a piece of dog poop getting sent to you, then you order Wrestling for Life Network. We'll never send you any dog. You clicked on the fucking promo.
I didn't mean to.
Get back there. Line. The Wrestling for Life Network will never send you any poo, no dogs, no poo, no dog poo at all. Get your merch. I promise you, they will not mail you poop. They will not mail you a burlap sack. No, none of that. No fresh potatoes, nothing.
Jacob.
Ask for the Fatu, he shall appear. Yo, is that crazy, though? With him coming out with a dreads over his face and everything. Felt a little fiendy, felt a little brave, especially with the way he wears that championship belt.
Right. It's got a vibe, man. And you're not wrong. It's a different class, a different air, a different aura when it comes to Jacob Fatu. And Damien and Jacob have a bit of a stare down. I like teasing it. And you need Damien to go in a direction right now, as he really took out Drew McIntyre as much as you might not have expected it or wanted it.
Well, you can't, you're not going to do a Damian Priest versus Jesse Ventura angle?
Maybe. I'm almost worth it. Jesse, all of a sudden, this is why Jesse only gets select matches, because you don't know when someone's going to pull Jesse's string, and he's just going to start saying shit.
We thought it took 2 Saturday Night Main events. We thought it might have only taken 1. It took 2, right? And then he went off the chains here.
Jesse's good like that. Jesse's funny. I'm surprised mid-match he doesn't I remember they were taking shrapnel on my leg when I came back from Nam. I'm like, relax, Jesse, relax.
Now you see I've been out there in the Baja. And when you're down in the Baja.
The Baja. This is the best.
I'm just doing what fucking Will Sasso doing Jesse. But yeah.
No, he's good, man. Will bangs out a bunch of different guys.
Oh, well, I thought it was funny with the whole shoot work between him and Bret Hart.
Fuck crew. Yes.
But so who do you have for this match, sir? I know we had halfway talked about this. Andrade's got an outsider's chance. Carmelo, you're floating up shit's creek a little bit. This to me feels all the way, and especially now you're going to have him with Damien. He's either going to get really fucked in this match or he's going to win it. There is no in between.
The hard part is, I get it. How do you get there? How do you have it? You need something to happen in order for Jacob to not win. Does Solo come out and try and assist Jacob and it goes awry?
You need a JC intervention.
Right? Mateo gets in the way. Damn it, Mateo.
Right.
How does it play out in that way? Andrade, I like Andrade because he hasn't been doing a ton, and he does have he's a guy that can fly, a guy that can really get in there and have a fun match. So I like Andrade as a pick. Carmelo, never say never.
I think that's a lot of never, though. Yeah. Well, could you even see? Does he get involved or anything?
I don't know. I don't think so because I think his focus is going to be directed at Nakamura, which I like.
Or LA Knight of,
LA is interesting.
Cost me the match. He's the baby face.
Right.
KJ, you're on your 5th possible offense this hour. You're on thin ice, buddy. You're getting hauled in by the knee pad police.
Uh-oh. Woo-woo. It's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop. And then Boston, I'd rather an Asian goth lady, though. Well, thank you for mentioning my wife, but thank you.
Hey, let's
If
go.
the shoe fits, you might as well fucking wear it. But yeah. All right. Boston's just all in the thoughts. And I do mean thoughts, THOTH and not THOUGH. Hooked on phonics worked for me. But yeah, on that fine note, I'm going to probably go check the Webster's Dictionary and take a pause for the cause here.
Right. A hot Asian wife, by the way, as it's been put before. But we got a minute of commercial left, folks. The show rolls on. Don't forget, we are back on Monday this week. We're going to take a couple days here. We're back on Monday all the way through your go-home shows for Money in the Bank. Dynamite's rolling, heading towards All In. A lot to talk about. Thekla is now in the building. How does that change the dynamic of the division? Does it change the dynamic of the division? What's going to happen with the Hurt Syndicate? What else will we set up? What more do we get from Moxley, Hangman, Ospreay, Swerve? We'll find out Thursday. I believe we're doing another Impact, so be here for that. That's going to be a fun night as they head towards Against All Odds. And again, Friday, we got SmackDown. We got Against All Odds. We're here for 2 shows. Again, we're here for 2 shows. Saturday, we're here for 2 shows. Money in the Bank, as well as Worlds Collide. So much content coming your way. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're working on some other things behind the scenes. And as always, we're trying to keep it fresh, keep it mixing it up. And don't hesitate to ever drop in the comments. Send us your feedback. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know if you're enjoying the streams, but don't be shy. Get in those comment sections of these videos. And as always, the nicest thing you could do is be a friend, tell a friend. As we hit 7K tonight, we want that 10K bad, folks. And we're grinding towards it. So we appreciate all the love. And again, I wouldn't do it with any other guys other than Nick and Anthony. They've been an absolute amazing part of this family. Couldn't do it without them. Can't do it without you guys in the chat. So thank you for being here tonight. I got Andrade coming out to the ring, getting ready for his match. We got Jacob in the ring already. Mello don't miss for the win, says Wesley. I'm saying you can never count him out. You can never count him out. Aleister Black and Andrade teaming up against The Miz and Carmelo Hayes down the road. Maybe. That'd be a funny connection. Mello don't miss. Let's go. Why is WWE live stream on YouTube while SmackDown is on? That's some weird. Okay. I have no idea. Let's go. I can't do it. My wife was from Chile. She left me for some guy who would could barely hear her. LMAO. I don't know how serious you're being right now, so I don't know what my joke is. But you're better off, MDB. You're better off, bro. She didn't see your genius, your beauty. That's her fault. Hooked on phonics versus Menudo exercise. Who wins? Let's go. Damn it. You had me feeling bad for you. Yeah, right? You got to be careful. So I do have Carmelo joining the fray, folks. Get your votes in. What are we looking at right now? 42% for Jacob, 16% for Andrade, and 42% going out to Carmelo Hayes. Main event. You wouldn't do it with any other guys but Nick and Anthony. I know. Just kidding. That's really sweet. I'm just, yeah, we all are. We all are. That's one of the things that makes this channel fun, right? We talk about things in a very serious fashion. We get deep, we get heavy, we get emotional, but we have a whole lot of fun and having the good times all about it. But I think we're all big kids. That's why we're still watching wrestling. And we love it. We love it. We wouldn't have it any other way, folks. We always wanted this channel just to be the boys and the girls just sitting around chatting about wrestling as if we were all in the basement together taking it in. Pause. I didn't say that properly, but you know what I meant. See, we're all children, Adam. I appreciate you. Jacob. All right, what's the final vote? Yeah, 42-42. So a tie. Andrade in the back with 15. Jacob, let's go. Death threats. Nobody likes death threats. You can't hear them coming. The nicest thing I can do for my friends is scratch and destroy the game consoles and flush their weed. Then they'll go outside. You lost me at the end because if you did that, we wouldn't be friends. I want to see the righteous in WWE. Damien, you said this before. I said it when they were in Ring of Honor. Well, I said it when, they, potentially were coming to the WWE. Before that, the righteous have something. The OG Kingdom were great. Vincent was outstanding. Do you guys remember when Vincent used to pop up with the balloons? I mean, again, we're going back. And I believe that if they are citing them, Vincent and Dutch, the way they present themselves, you picture Vincent coming out to a big WWE crowd with that snap, the fans are going to eat that up. The minute that music hits, the fans are going to be like, just Pavlovian. Couldn't help it. It's kind of hard. Andrade and Carmelo need a win. It's tough. This one's tough as Jacob's not happy about The Miz, who is at ringside and about to regret it. So Fletcher got some heat for almost hurt Adam Cole. Again, I don't know how true or untrue it is, Frankie. I don't know if the people reporting it have any access to the back. I don't know if they really know. Oh, hip thrust and out goes Miz. Jacob is a monster, folks. He did not come to play. But yeah, I mean, Fletcher's spot, like, you're tough because I constantly say putting on live entertainment is really challenging. You make mistakes, but I think this ties back into some of the talks about, lack of production meetings, lack of cohesion on the show, lack of guidance. I mean, if you are just running on, hey man, we're going to have a match. I'll do this. You do that. We'll do this. We're going to go about this many minutes. And that's where you get into those kind of mishaps. You get into those positions where things go wrong. Do I think Kyle Fletcher was being unsafe or meant to? No. I think he made a mistake. He's a young wrestler. He's going to make mistakes. It was a dangerous mistake. To me, a lot of that falls on the company as well to know what you're allowing and not. And you got to be, somebody produced that match and said, yeah, that spot's okay. The last thing you want to see from any of these wrestlers is a serious injury or worse. It could kill your company. And that's something they got to consider. They got to be smart. And I think that's where, if you're always doing the crash dummy or the test dummy type wrestling for every match, for every moment, that's where you get yourself in trouble. That's where, it's like running in traffic. Eventually you're going to get clipped. But Andrade thrown in the corner. We sit on a commercial break right now, folks. Katie with the witty humor. Try it. Again, thank God I'm single. I can meet girl anytime I want without getting heartbroken or cheating. Yeah, but you know what, Christian? You got to open that heart up. You got to let somebody in. And as fun as being single can be, being locked down, it's got its perks. Fatu's shirt is awesome. Outstanding. Great merch for Fatu. The copium is strong. I believe you. Luckily, there's hundreds of single women in your area looking for guys like you. Let's go. I don't think an apron power bomb is necessary all the time. That's the thing, right? So when you do a stretcher match and a women's no DQ match and you do Anarchy in the Arena all in 4 days, you're risking a lot. I heard one of the Bucks is going to be out for a few weeks. So if you have plans, if you have storylines, if you have angles, and injuries happen, we just saw what happened with Zoe Stark. I just think there's got to be a risk reward measurement. You got to mitigate the risk until it's necessary. You want to do a pay-per-view match, you want to do an Anarchy in the Arena, and you really want to fucking blow up a special show, fine. I'm good with that. But then don't do a no DQ match on the Wednesday. I think it's overkill. You get desensitized to it. Doing a stretcher match right before an Anarchy in the Arena, you're getting a lot of the same spots, a lot of the same moments. You get guys bleeding again. Make the main event or the Anarchy in the Arena feel special by no one else is bleeding on that show. Unless you're in the Anarchy, you're not going anywhere near blood on this pay-per-view. That's ours. We got it. Thank you. You protect your shit. Andrade sides out. Jacob misses, folks. We are rolling through a triple threat right now. The winner goes to Money in the Bank. Andrade, Jacob, Carmelo. How's everyone doing on this Feel Good Friday? You just got to find the right partner. Relationships are great if you have the right partner. Facts. That's it. That's the truth. I'm ready to be heard again. That's it. Take a risk. You never know. Never know. The next one could be your last one. Jacob destroys the Miz, as he should. Andrade on fire. Oh, Carmelo up. Down. Nice tilt-a-whirl. Crash Test Dummies was crazy time in history. Peter Pumpkinhead came to town. I don't think the apron got that one. And again, time and place. I feel bad because mistakes happen. But if you develop a habit, a consistency to doing it, then you got a problem. As Carmelo is the only one standing right now, bringing Andrade to his feet. I like being single because I can hit the gym. Plus, you can do that in a relationship as well. I can drink smoothies. That's also permissible in a relationship, a healthy one. And having birthdays for myself. It's all about saving my bucks. Well, you shouldn't be spending money on your birthday. However, I mean, again, you're young, Christian. I'm assuming you're young. But again, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with being confident in your independence. The mitigation of domination. Thank you, buddy. Jose's on fire tonight. KJ, have you heard if Juice Robinson is close? I did hear a report or read a report, I'd say about a week and a half ago, that said Juice is getting close. That is also part of, I think, what played into like the Mariah May situation is some people reported and some people thought Mariah May was going to be at Double or Nothing. So there was like this additional disappointment. Juice is kind of similar in the sense that people are kind of waiting for him to come back. I hope he comes back. Where is Jay White hurt as well now? I can't remember if he got injured or just kind of stepped away after the last kind of playing around with Hangman and getting involved in some of that stuff. This is awesome chance breaking out on SmackDown. Ask Mick Foley about the risk reward factor. Yeah, I know, right? Andrade about to nail a date with the Money in the Bank. It could be. I like Andrade a lot. Harley Cameron will be out of action for a while with the broken nose. See, mixed reports. And part of me wondered, like, did she really break her nose? But you want to kind of cover it up. Was she really hurt at Double or Nothing? But she will be out a while. It's unfortunate for her because I thought she was doing really well. Thought she was really heating up. Had a lot of fanfare. Of course, us at the channel, we want Harley. You hope you see her back. We have a history in AEW that people go away and never return. We're down to Carmelo. Andrade in the ring. Carmelo hits the cutter. We get a 2. We get a 2. I think we could cast the 40-year-old virgin here tonight. Why y'all want to be sick? I don't like it. TNA is making Trick heel. That's confusing. No, Trick's heel on both shows. Unbroken. He's transitioned, carrying the same attitude on both shows, and it's actually really working. It's made him a little more interesting. It's given him a little more confidence. To me, it's very similar to what happened with Braun Breaker, where Braun Breaker was kind of like, "Hi guys, I'm Braun," and then he kind of got this chip on his shoulder and developed a new attitude, and it really worked. It ended up he got called up pretty quick. Speaking of getting called up pretty quick,
when chips on their shoulder, I can at least be a Doritos Cool Ranch. Can that be the chip on my shoulder?
Yeah. Oh, Fatu firing up. Fatu, man. Oh my God.
Takes out nobody. Everybody dodge out the fucking way.
Jacob Fatu train wrecks himself. Yo,
but that's the thing.
Oh, yeah, no breaks.
Literally, but he's such a goddamn star. Of even
unreal.
He does that and he's just twitching. Of he's selling the whole.
Well, and they went to commercial. They went to commercial on that spot. That's jokes.
Welcome to being American. Hey, it's exciting. How is it? How would you like it to not be exciting?
Like, oh my God! And you want to see the aftermath? Like right now, I got Jacobs. Just everyone's down. Everyone's down. The crowd's murmuring. They got that energy, that buzz. Andrade's getting back in the ring, but Jacob, there was no stop up. There was no hesitation. No break on this man. He went through that barricade.
Right. Trust me, I can relate to that. That's most of the time when I say anything on this channel, just fucking send it.
Jose, I can't click on your sandbag comment. I'm dying.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
And Adam had a good one.
Oh, yeah. You ever felt a bag of sand before?
So stupid.
Well, no, I didn't know because I mentioned, as we're in commercial break, I'm in commercial break. I didn't know because I mentioned my goddamn wife. This become counseling, relationship counsel hour with Dr. KJ.
I'm just telling the boys to, be gentlemen and get out there, have some love.
Yeah, touch grass, smoke grass, love who you want to love, people.
Right. Find somebody special and build a world in that bubble and live that bubble.
Live how you want to. Trust me, the fact that I do this and I know, and I'm not saying too much about this, but that the both of us have significant others and still tolerate us doing this and everything. We found the ones. Trust. Oh yeah. Every day I wake up.
Every day.
I'm waiting for the kendo stick, the steel chair, or something.
Married and can confirm I can go to the gym and drink. Christian, good news from a married person. You are still allowed to do those activities if you have a partner.
Right, and this is Adam that sent us the video and everything that I shared to where he had when he was building up to WrestleMania. He had every fucking screen in his whole house set in sync with fucking wrestling here.
Right. As Carmelo right now looking over at Jacob, who's struggling, making fun of him to the crowd. We're about 40 seconds from the end of the commercial. Andrade's down in the middle of the ring. Carmelo in control, and Jacob's a mess.
Oh, I love that. No, go to the one you clicked on. I like that, though. I like Boston. I like MDB, too, but I like this one. Don't be the guy with female wrestler profile picture that doesn't go on dates. Yeah, no one likes the guy that pretends that they're Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. If you are out there right now, just be you. You don't need to be like a wrestler name, or you don't have to use a
beautiful in every single way.
It's Mental Health Month. We're offering some free advice.
Well, yeah, no, and I know we halfway are taking the piss, but at the same time, no, seriously, again.
Oh, sorry.
Be you. If you can be accepted as you, then what the fuck are you doing out there? Because guess what? You're going to shine through at some point. You are going to have to answer for you
at some point. Boston, I love your comment. I'd love to open up on that, but we're not going to do it right now. That's a 10-minute rant. But Carmelo being taken up to the top turnbuckle. But I agree with you.
I do want to say I could very much see Andrade winning this. Still, you go back to the matches, the best of 7-ish almost series that you had between Andrade and Carmelo, and was fantastic. Of every time Andrade hit that spinning back elbow,
Right,
we're like, holy shit! But this needs to be Jacob. This needs to be Jacob. Jacob is still. You're going to have those storylines that run throughout Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Assisted
Spanish fly.
Well, does that become, I don't know, Puerto Rican or Guatemalan fly?
Right. All right. Starting Sunday.
Swan Werewolf. 1, 2. Andrade breaks it up.
Right. Starting Sunday, folks, here on the channel for Love and Wrestling, where we give relationship advice on how to be a good partner and how to be a gentleman.
Oh my fuck. All right. So Antoine's gonna be signing up or be wanting to be host real fast.
No topics off limits.
That'll be the next members only stream. So folks, 100%. If you want to be a member right now, if you want to be the top chatter and everything, if you want to be the member, come to Wrestling for Life. How to get a wrestling girl.
How to get a wrestling girl. Met a girl at the wrestling show.
She's the girl of the smart Mark Swan.
The best back elbow in the business.
Yeah, Andrade with the speaky ass, just out doggy style. Wow, yippee-yo, yippee-yay.
Right. Listen, both triple threat matches tonight have been really good.
Absolutely. Well, how about just WWE wrestling's been really good?
Depends who you ask, right? I mean, that's the funny thing.
Depends on what depends on what profile the picture they have at this point,
right?
But what source?
Sorry, Nick. Solo and Mateo are here.
I told you this could be where they fuck up Jacob somehow. They try to help and they.
Yeah. There goes Solo. Girls have cooties. We have a lot of lovely ladies in the chat as well that come and join us. So be gentlemen, be nice.
Yeah, I think we've probably run a good chunk of them off. But yeah.
Said my wife hates wrestling, but she loves how much I enjoy it and doesn't mind if when I turn the house into a sports bar. That's it, man. Again, you need compromise, you need understanding. I can honestly say I put up with a lot of neat little shows that I never thought I'd watch, but you do it with a smile because you give and take.
She's my wife, and I'm going to just say this. She knows Jim Cornette. She likes Jim Cornette. She's a fan of GCW and deathmatch wrestling. She likes the blood, guts, and gore and everything.
Right.
Oh, Mello don't miss. 1, 2. Andrade breaks one. No.
And they, there's resistance in the beginning, but there comes a point where they're like, they get into a little, like, what's happening with Seth?
Oh, no. Well, she was a fan before and then has become a fan again-ish, but she just likes, I like to do my thing and I leave her alone. She does her thing as everybody's rolling through.
Back elbow.
And Mello bounced off the ropes into a code breaker. Back elbow again. And again, he hits that cleaner than anybody.
What are you talking about, Willis? I love you, Soto.
No, I will share a quick joke with my wife, though, as they're hanging over the briefcases there. But she just heard the gongs the bells for the 10-bell salute for Sabu, and she went to the Monty Python, bring out your dad. And I was like, oh, no. If you only knew. But no, she knows, and she felt bad afterwards. But that's the thing, is the missus is about wrestling. Yeah. Jacob with a DDT.
Jacob Fatu about to dog walk some people.
Yeah, I mean, but that we've got Solo and JC out here, as we've got Samoan hips into the corner. Again, it's just the Impaler DDT.
Had him on fire tonight. Let's go.
Oh, but Solo's on the ropes. It causes halfway the distraction. He's hyping him up. Yeah. See, but that's the thing is Solo's just mocking him.
Yeah. Smiling.
Oh, JC Mateo looks like a fucking potato coming to life, though, with this.
Now you don't like Jeff Cobb at all.
Well, no, give me them.
Jimmy!
What the fuck happened to Solo?
Yes!
Solo just died.
He's gonna do it.
Yes, and no one caught it.
1, 2. Andrade. Yes.
I said that's the way that Andrade wins, and that's the way that Andrade won.
Yeah,
Jeff Potato Cobb. That's why he's Jeff Cobb. He's corn on the cob because he looks like a fucking potato.
Right. Oh, Maddie.
I don't know. I don't dislike. I don't hate Andrade in this, and now you're halfway still setting up the tension between Solo, Jacob, all that. I had this one, and you decided to get your ass up on the apron and mock me,
right,
and everything.
And the funny part now is Solo's in, Jacob isn't.
Yeah. Well, that's how try and assert your dominance, Caesar Milan.
Yeah. Jacob wants his hands on.
We're going to get Jeff Cobb versus Jacob
yes.
Fatu, and it's not for Lucha Underground.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah.
As we got Byron. I want to see Cody wins the title again. So they're saving John Cena for the end tonight.
Well, makes sense. I thought for a second I was getting weary of we might have had Byron all by himself.
Right. Boston called Andrade. It's the way. I like it. Good match. And now Fatu even more pissed with Solo. It was a really good match. I mean, again, we talk about matches getting enough time to go. We've had a couple good matches. The Vega match was so, but the rest of the matches tonight have been really good.
Yeah, well, Vega match was deafening in all the wrong ways. But again, you mentioned it. WWE, their match quality gets overlooked because they are WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just lumped in. Go ahead, sorry.
It's just a default answer, right? Like, oh, they don't do the matches. Dave Meltzer said it the other day. Oh, well, clearly AEW's got does better matches. That's you can't even debate it. According to Dave, you can't even debate it. He doesn't want to.
That's because Dave doesn't watch. That's because Dave doesn't watch.
Right, but he can't. Like he can't. Oh,
Malachi! No. Well, and this is what I had talked about. Of could this be the feud now? Of you elevate Malachi, Alistair a bit past the Miz, a bit past Carmelo, and now he's toe-to-toe with LA Knight. Of you just cost me the win, and I won't act like I hate you now, but I will later.
Yeah, we're good for the moment. We're good. But here's Cody Rhodes. Up next, we're going to get Cody, John Cena face-to-face. I think it's very interesting, but I think the good thing for guys like Ricky Starks, Malachi Black, I mean, we've talked about other Ethan Page, Phoenix. They're being used. We've seen Alistair, 3-4 weeks in a row now?
Well, wait, they're not world champions, so they're just misused and abused. They haven't gotten pushed right. They were doing the same thing they were doing over there, right?
Oh yeah. This is so much better. Hey, anything's better than nothing, folks.
Facts.
Most times. Alistair Black, here's the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Interesting. Now, they have history in dubs.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel about the tag? Well, we've halfway talked about it. Well, using Cena's date up here to have this conversation, what do you think is going to transpire?
I think it's, again, just building heat for SummerSlam. I think there's a chance that Cody gets the belt back at SummerSlam, and I don't know that for sure. It's a guess, but there's a chance, and then you have a couple months to John Cena's like, my bad. I know I was a dick for a little bit, but I'm
about to do it that fast. So
I think it might be too quick, but I'm guessing. I don't know. You might be.
You have a Cena recovery tour for about 3 months, 4 months,
2.5. Yeah.
Well, Because I'm wondering, do you do it on the last night? That's why I'm almost halfway. Is Cody being involved here too early?
Well, can I ask you that question? Do
Go ahead.
you think, like for me, I think that's a brilliant idea. Like it's the big one is up on the screen or zero. Like he comes out and the big zero appears above his head, and he's still got the belt. And you think, holy shit, he's actually going to leave the company with the belt. They're gonna let it go. There'll be stories out. WWE backstage discussing new title. Like you know how they are. And Cody or somebody beats him on the 11th hour.
That's what I think. I think you get John Cena comes out still in darkness, still with the fucking title or the cloth or whatever out there. He's still, you get nothing. I am still the world champ. I am going to leave and I'm going to be the last real champ and I'm going to ruin wrestling. And now, granted, you could have some interesting aspects leading into it because he's teased how he really feels if he's fully there and then he gets pulled back into it and all of that. But then you get Cody beats him and then he shakes Cody's hand. He shows respect and everything like that. He raises Cody's hand. It all comes of how much what suffices enough for a John Cena babyface turn and a transition to kind of earmark Cody as the next John Cena.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it sounds something conceivable. It sounds plausible. I think you have that moment, and as you're going off the air, Cena is showing that respect. Then he gets the thank you Cena chants. He has a little tear, does a bit of a media scrum, says thank you. Then maybe we see him a couple months later at like Hall of Fame or something like that.
Yeah, well, because I believe it'll be. Aren't they setting up for that Saturday Night Main Event? Because it will be, I believe, a Saturday Night Main Event, which is going to be really interesting. And I think it's going to be in Boston. Okay. That's when they had talked about before of they were going to do a whole event around John Cena.
Makes sense.
So if that's his last rodeo and everything, I could see John Cena walking up the ramp backwards, clapping.
Yeah.
As Cody Rhodes is celebrating with all the pyros. Jacob's just the werewolf has come out. Fuck all your tables.
As Mama KJ would say, he's steaming.
What? I'm sorry. Solo's shirt offends me because it's a short sleeve turtleneck. It offends me.
Right.
Like, who owns that?
Mm-hmm.
Who regularly wears that and doesn't live in the 90s or isn't a villain?
I do not need your help. So, here it is.
So is this making Jacob a babyface or does he take over the new bloodline?
Or organically babyface. I think what happens at some point is Solo, Jeff Cobb, and probably the Tongans beat the living shit out of Jacob Fatu, and it takes all four of them to do so. You set up Jacob versus Jeff to get Jacob versus Solo, and right now, like the way they just did that moment there, I like it. Oh, Cheek Tormenta and Dalles.
Dun.
Is that not Victoria's mom? Is Stephanie wrestling her mom?
Bro, I called Victoria Crawford, Alicia Fox, 38 going on 50. And she's 2 years older than me, so I can't say nothing about ages out here.
That's great. Yo, I mean, and if it's crazy because Fox feels like she's been around forever.
Well, she looks like she's been around forever. I will say that too as well. Again, and sorry, we're probably not going to get that Victoria Crawford, that Alicia Fox interview anymore. Unless she's going to shit on me. But yeah, we're getting.
Oh, dude.
I like that. We're getting Psycho Clown and Pagano on Worlds Collide.
Right.
We're getting Psycho Clown on WWE television. And we've seen him on AAA's. We've done live streams and live reactions.
Even Pagano is so fucking good. Right. We were getting a Laredo Kid who's associated or tied into TNA as well. Javon we saw tonight. Ethan we saw tonight. and of course Phoenix. Like you're touching like a lot of brands here.
That is a Ricochet's worst nightmare match.
Like that match is gonna fucking cook, and they're gonna let him cook. In AAA, they're gonna let them go. That's what I like about the lucha matches. Like that one is they just hit the green light and everybody takes off until they're done.
I will say this: if you like AW's lucha, you ain't seen nothing till you've seen AAA's lucha and everything like that. Like if you're a fan of AEW, you don't got to be a WWE fan. At least tune in to Worlds Collide, and it's free on YouTube and everything. And I love that they're doing it that way. That they're very much. And yes, I got the joke. I like to think Mama KJ is just like Mama Cornette with a Canadian accent.
I'm just giving them the chat has been on fire tonight. I will say the chat's been real fun tonight.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. But
so, sorry to
go ahead.
Finish that thought.
I was just saying of that. If you already like, Lucha Libre, and now you're gonna get it free on YouTube.
Yeah, free on YouTube makes a lot of sense. Having the having matches like having Javon show off a little. There's people in the building tonight that have never seen Javon before, and it's a big moment for the kid, and I think it's a positive. I think sometimes we do get caught up a little bit of trying to analyze every little thing. It's just a real cool thing for Javon. Does this mean he's staying? No. Did he have to cut a promo? No. Is he in an angle with your world champion? No. He just had to really and get people interested in the AAA pay-per-view, because you got to remember, a lot of those wrestling fans need to be exposed to more wrestling.
Does El Grande Americano help Chad Gable versus Vikingo for the AAA Mega Championship?
I think so.
I've got El Cody Americano. Cody Rhodes coming out right now.
How do you feel about these three being in a match? Like one of these things is not like the other. This is an interesting three-way on Monday.
That's the thing.
Yeah, I found out with you.
So CM Punk's winning that, right?
100%. We said once Seth got in, I think Punk has to be in, because that's the most interesting thing.
That is your finale right there. That is your last segment in the Money in the Bank briefcase match,
right? Or how about the John Cena is on that 0 hour? He wins his final match. He is leaving. He is leaving the WWE, the world champion. He is taking
Look
that
in my eyes. What do you see?
Could you imagine a go to sleep? The last move that Cena ever takes is a go to sleep. Just poetic justice, bro. Give me that one.
I wish I could just say my nipples got hard, but they're not the only thing that got hard with that. But yeah, no, we know we're gonna get Punk versus Cena at some point. But if that's where you get that, and you get Punk leaving as champion and blows a kiss to John as he leaves to the fucking arena, and you reenact Money in the Bank 2011,
right?
Like there is
full circle.
There is almost no better way you could bookend it, but it's bold strategy, Cotton.
I think, listen, if anybody with a set of ears or can tap into these
hey Hunter, hey Tony, hey Will Washington, y'all. I know y'all listening. We've got proof, we've got documentation now at this point.
Yeah. I think that would be the best thing ever. The little trademark comes up at the end of the pay-per-view. John Cena's final appearance. We're going on. Yeah, I think it would be so good.
So good. It would be a crowd of white. It would be a whiteout, and that would just because everybody be doing a certain thing, if you know what I know.
They would be throwing the babies, that's for sure. As Cody just played up the crowd, and anybody that says Cody's not over, the building tonight says, God damn it, he is.
Yeah, they'd be shaking babies and kissing hands with all of that. But it'd be so much like the Survivor Series moment almost, even of you. And again, how fitting would it be of the cancer of wrestling is the one that saves wrestling. Like it's almost so poetic. It does it writes itself.
I think that has a lot of late.
I hate to copy a Punk promo, but this is what I got right now. Christ, my green screen's falling away from me. But yes,
My
baby,
world is
come back.
But yeah, no, Cody's in the ring, but man, I kind of like it. The only catch is, Cody might have to take an L.
You can do
then
it.
you set up Punk Cody, and you do.
I feel like there wouldn't be that many people mad at Cody taking it now.
No, and then you do Punk Cody, but you set Cody up. That's Cody's heel turn. Cody's pissed at Punk for stealing the moment, and that's where you get to. John Cena goes off to the sunset, and you set up Punk Cody with Cody finally being a dick.
I haven't even thought about that because I'm over here still waiting for 42, wherever it may be, whether it be London, whether it be Vegas, all of that, to where we get, Roman Reigns versus Seth.
That is a very good point. Like we don't know when, if we're getting Roman, so.
I reached out to her friend, and she was my wife, Brandy Rhodes. She's on my newest podcast. If you haven't listened, you can listen to me and my wife do what we do every fucking day in case you're entertained by that.
Was I a good champion? Crowd
Why are you so fucking sweaty?
It's warm and
then don't wear the 3-piece suit. I saw this man wear a 3-piece suit on a Disney ride. This man's got to go and get his 3-piece suit now and everything like that. I mentioned sweatiness and 3-piece suits, and he popped away. Glad Cody's still getting cheers. WrestleMania 41 ending made him look like a dweeb. I still think there is a large internet collective of fans that are still upset and cannot move past the ending of WrestleMania 41.
Yeah, sorry, my head exploded.
Fair enough. Well, I was waiting for you to pop back up with a 3-piece suit.
Right? If I could, I would.
I could have, should have.
I don't ever do.
You're not a pop guy.
I feel like Cena's getting the limo and blowing it up. There you go. That's how you end Cena's run. You give him the Vince McMahon.
John Laurinaitis is the one that presses down the button.
Cody wears a suit to the beach. Facts. And now he's talking about The Rock.
I didn't think we mentioned Dwayne, but yeah, no. When when Brandy asked Cody to strip down in the bedroom, he just takes off his top suit to underlay his lower suit underneath that and everything.
It's just he's a. I can't. We got to move on. This is interesting, and I think Boston said it in the chat. As long as you can't have anything with Travis Scott. I think that experiment died, and I know I've seen Hunter say, "Well, Travis likes wrestling and blah blah." I like wrestling. Let's fucking go. Like, what do you mean? Like,
hold on, we'll take a job. I don't even need to walk around with a shitty hardcore belt on my fucking shoulder or anything like that. I can do a rap song or two. I can be hipping and hopping with the bipping and the bopping.
Right. So that becomes the dilemma. And if you want to bring Travis Scott in and put him in like a mid-card WrestleMania match against some, Tozawa, I'm all for it. Having him fuck around with the world title picture scene situation makes zero sense. It doesn't help. And if they bring him back, it's not having the reaction they want. And it's actually taking away from the reaction you're hoping for Cena, because it's causing malign. People are maligning it instead of fucking booing it. They're just kind of
Well, I hope they learn when you had him show up in No Dwayne that no, it's just Dwayne that's the draw, not you. So we're not going to bring you back at all here.
No, not at all.
Sorry, I don't know what popped you there, but
my brain popped me. My bad.
No, you're good.
It's a feel-good Friday, folks.
Absolutely. Well, I just got Cody just grimacing. I'm still so waiting. And I almost halfway you thought of Cena, if he would have done the heel turn earlier, could have done this, of do the Homelander character of like, you fucking people need me.
Yeah.
You need me to keep you safe and everything like that. You need me to save wrestling.
Yeah. And especially if you had a moment with, like I said, like if Punk or even a Seth stole the title somehow with the Money in the Bank, to have that idea of like, you cheered when he beat me. You cheered when he
That's
took
where I
what was
thought
really
Cody was going
mine.
to come back of. You booed me every time. The guy that sat there and just said he was going to destroy wrestling and wanted to take it away from you, you booed me for sticking up for wrestling. For what I was born into.
Dare you?
What is in my family? You watched me finish my story and you turned around and booed me for wanting to fight for this.
I'm back on SmackDown. How about a surprise?
Yeah. Hey, look.
Look, they're all yelling yeet. Look. Like, again, folks, who's more over than Jey Uso in wrestling right now?
Oh, I saw an interview from Heyman to where he's like quarter hours, minute by minute, merchandise. There is nobody that can replicate right now what Jey Uso's doing. You can dislike him. You can just hate him because he is him. But you can't deny him.
Look, the crowd goes banana sandwich. And plus, Cody and Jey working together is fun. It's led to, that's what started this whole thing.
Exactly. This was drunk Cody and drunk Jey started this whole shit. So now let's bring it all full circle.
Still one of the best media scrums ever.
Yeet. Cody Rhodes still champion. Yeet.
Right? It's almost like Mick Foley finds a dirty sock that makes him millions. This guy got drunk one night and started rambling about yeet.
Is this a bit rock and sock?
Yeah. I mean, no.
If there is a rock to be had in this situation, it might be Cody.
Look at the two little guys. We talked about it. The John Cena, like, I mean, he stepped into that Cena role. Like, he is the Make-A-Wisher right now. Look, party with the kids.
It is Jey Uso's for kids, and at the end of the day with it. And if you're what, go ahead.
Well, the idea that I was just rebutting, like the idea that Jey Uso's for kids.
He's a good bit for him. I mean, you propped up the two children that were out there yeeting with them.
Yeah, no, but like I thought you said just for kids. Like he's good for all. Like there's adults jumping up and down right now.
Jey Uso, good for all. The vitamin that you can take. He's a Flintstone vitamin, folks. You can take him as a kid. You can take him as an adult. It's all good, all the same way. You can yabba dabba do and yeet your way to some healthy lives.
Your age, your nationality, your race, your sex, and none of it matters. None of it.
Jey Uso is
everyone's on the J train.
Yeah, I'm smoking that J train. Let's just put that shit in rotation.
The sock.
The yeet is the sock? Who's the sock? Am I the sock?
The yeet would be the sock.
But it's very much of Jey Uso has filled that slot, not that sock. Some of you in the chat have probably filled the sock.
No, that's gross. And
I didn't say nothing. You only confess to it if you're guilty. So
your socks are so starchy.
Why are they stiffened? Why are they eating? But Jey Uso is very much filled that slot.
It's off the rails completely. We were talking about Mr. Socko.
Fill that slot. I'm emphasizing slot, not SLUT or anything, but slot of that Jey Uso's. Not only for there's casual fans that are fans of Jey Uso, there's regular fans, there's hardcore fans, and he's very much filled that Jey Uso or that John Cena of he's for the kids. Like you had the kid out there with the cancer and everything like that. That was like, I'm out here for you to mania. Like he's filled that we had John Cena break a wish, John Cena or Jey Uso's make a wish. Yeah.
We're about 90 seconds away from the return of the commercial break. I just want to quickly say thank you for being here on a Friday night, folks. And don't forget, we are back at it on Monday for Raw, all through next week. The go-home shows for Money in the Bank, plus so much more. All your favorite wrestling, plus here live for a marathon stream next Saturday. We got Against All Odds on Friday with SmackDown. So much wrestling to watch. And again, no better place than here. Be a friend, tell a friend. We want that 10K milestone badly. We were coming after it, folks.
Right? And also, let's add that little buffer here. We just reached 7K. Let's get a 7.1K by the time we end here, just in case, the bot police roll through or anything.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I got hiccups.
Go ahead. The other part of the Jay thing that I just wanted to add, and you mentioned Paul Heyman saying like when people don't think the WWE is paying attention, like Paul Heyman has the confidence to say in every metric. So they're watching multiple metrics. They're watching the analytics. They're watching the numbers. They're watching the entrance level. They're watching the live reaction. That's how Jay got the belt, was all those metrics said money.
Oh, right. But this is, again, when we get in this whole conversation about competitions and everything, and sometimes you just want to remind people, does your dick hang low? Does it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow? Can you throw it over your shoulder like a Continental Soldier? But yeah, that's the thing, is this has always been, WWE is very much tuned into, especially the social media, of how they are tapped into the live reactions of everything that's going on with their product. As much as they people want to act like they're in their ivory tower and they just, throw out bullshit just to see what will stick and everything. No, they are tapped in.
Oh, for sure. And we come out of commercial break. The crowd is losing their noodle. Does this also mean there's a Logan Paul sighting tonight? That's interesting. But Cody's in the ring, Jay's in the ring, and the crowd is on their feet. We're going to do it one more time, Nick. One more time.
Oh, trust me, you sat there and almost had me saying the other four-letter word. 4 letters, one word. Yeah, one starts with an F, one starts with a Y.
You don't have to break it all the way down. Yeah. I had you on first base. You didn't have to keep running.
Right. I know. I got you. I didn't fully say the things. I did a fake ball trick here.
Lights out.
On the mic, I'm a man. I'm a bad
John Cena in the building.
I do like this so much, though, of you get nothing. You have gotten what you earn, and that is nothing.
Right. Sick of this shit. What? Nothing wrong with this shit.
Well, no.
Somebody else got a comment. Go ahead.
No, I just like MDB. 4 letters, one word. Suck. Sorry.
This one. Cena isn't putting anything more than he needs to into these shows. The man looks tired in more ways. More than one way, and I cannot wait till he's gone. It is a retirement tour, though, guys. So you got to take it in stride. Did you guys expect John Cena to come back and start having like Will Ospreay-esque matches? No. He did have one of the most epic heel turns of all time, and here we are. But he kind of is what he is, Nick.
I'm glad you good? Because, so we expect the guy that's turned heel, that's on his retirement tour, that says, I'm going to ruin wrestling and everything. He's supposed to give 110% effort into every match that he has now and everything, right? And look super jazzed for everything. He's fitting his character perfectly, to me. It's absolutely... I'm going to act like I don't give a shit because I don't give a shit about you.
But it's like he's getting no credit for like the lights out, the dark, the countdown, the actual heel turn.
Because you're not what I booked.
Is it too much focus on like, yes, Travis Scott, bad idea, sucked. But that doesn't mean everything is, poisoned by it.
You have a collection of fan bases that can't let that go. You have a collection of the fan base that this isn't what I booked, so I don't like it. So already that's a 35 to 50% of the fucking fan base potentially. Like, that's the thing, is even with that comment, and I didn't mean to fully foo-foo it and poo-poo it, but that's part of what John Cena is doing here.
John Cena just called Jey Uso lazy. John got in a hard promo right out the gate here. So excited for WC and Money in the Bank weekend. I swear my socks are standing up, and I'm not even. There you go. We're just, once we buy into something on this channel, we go hard. I like it. But thank you for the super chat. And you guys are killing me. Who was it?
I think that's why the socks are standing up, is because
Hey,
someone went hard.
the Paul American in the house.
Just when you didn't think the douche capacity could be raised anymore, but wait, there's more.
Let's go. I was like, are we going to get we got Jay. We got to get Logan, right?
Yeah, well, it's still crazy to think that this is embrace this shit, because this is your go-home angle for this tag match, because I don't think we're going to see too much outside of maybe a Cody next week to sell this. We're not getting John 2 weeks in a row into this, I would feel. So this is probably your sell this match now moment.
Well, I mean, you have the opportunity. I guess Logan kind of carries the weight there, but do we get John on one of the shows next week?
Oh, you mad?
But this is getting John Cena some genuine heat. We said this the other day. Like, John's having trouble convincing everybody he's still like he's the bad guy. But
well, you said this all the way back to Saturday Night Main Event, to where you threw out the idea of John Cena helps Logan Paul go over Jey Uso, and then they started to go with it. And now that they're going with it, I want to let's go Cena, but you're paired with that douchebag, so I can't cheer for that douchebag.
Yeah. And Logan Paul. This is actually good.
And Logan Paul.
I know people have been very critical, but the crowd has been loud for this whole segment. The whole segment, the crowd is echoing.
You have your top champions, and you have arguably your top two reaction getters into the same match. What did he say?
Right. Good line. I could walk on water, and y'all would tell me it's because I can't swim.
True. Yeah, drown, bitch. I'll hold your head under.
You stupid Tennessee people.
We're not from Hollywood.
Right.
You're from Ohio, dog. Like,
there
you're
you go.
A Cleveland Browns fan. Shut up.
Right. AJ throwing it out.
Your next world champion. Do you like me being on this channel? I can't be here if he's world champion. It's in my contract. Or at the very least, it's in his contract.
What is the crowd chanting now? I think are they saying
up?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Up. Well, remember, at least it's NXT. I don't know about TNA. No swearing.
Right, but you catch that guy quickly. I'm pretty confident it got debunked. And again, it's just one of these random things of like, really, folks. They say, they might, in a controlled environment like NXT, I could see them saying, like, ladies and gentlemen, the show's about to begin. We want you to participate. Maybe try not to curse because we have to beep you out.
Was the source Dave on that? Because I don't want any potty
I don't know
mouths
who
out
the
here.
source was. Yeah, probably. I stomped on your joke. I didn't mean to.
What?
Jose said I stomped on your sock joke.
Oh no, I don't even know. I was out here.
That never happened on this channel.
Just a kid with hair right now at this point.
Right. I like this. I don't mind this at all. And I know people don't want to give it love, but my God, I think it's working.
I'm of this two mindsets of I understand Logan can wrestle, but I fucking hate him as a person.
That's perfect.
Like, I don't ever want to see you again. I don't like that you have any attention. I will admit I'm a self-made man in John Cena. A self-made fucking prototype stereotype.
John Cena's self-made. He started from the bottom. Now here.
Yeah, and so is Steve Rogers. So is Captain America. Self-made with
Wait,
a little bit of
you think they
serum
gave
thrown
him?
in there.
Wait, what? He didn't. I don't understand. What do you mean? The guy got to do the work
Oh,
to get here.
John Cena's all natty. He's all natty, my guy.
Where did that even come from?
I don't know.
What?
What?
Logan Paul says, "You nepo babies born on third base think you hit a triple." I thought that was a good line too.
Bro, you are a nepo baby.
Logan Paul's a nepo baby. Have you seen his parents? Yeehaw! Like, what do you mean?
I say nay.
Hey.
Yeah, just because they're out there hee-hawing and everything doesn't mean they didn't take first and second in the Kentucky Derby. They're still nepos in a different way.
Well, okay.
I don't know. What the f are they doing?
Oh.
Are they? So you're selling issues between Logan Paul and John Cena.
Oh. Oh, we got to fight. We got to fight. We got to fight.
Oh.
Super kick to Cena.
Cody
Disaster
kick.
It's going, folks.
Well, I think it's ending. We're 2 minutes in the overrun here.
Oh, shit, yeah. Logan has no, that was a hell of a promo. And again, I pointed out
to dodges the buckshot in a super kick.
Cody Cutter. Uh-oh, they're going under. They're going.
It's not the go home show. It's not the go home show.
Yeah, right. We got one more week.
Go home show. Well, actually, shit, I did sound that this was probably going to be the go home segment. So fuck.
Right. As Cody holds his belt, is John Cena's belt, and Jay's got his, standing strong, setting this one up. And listen, this is not the first time a world heavyweight champion has been in a tag match. Or, I mean, we recently saw the world heavyweight champion in an Anarchy in the Arena match. The world title doesn't have to be defended every pay-per-view. This, to me, works. It is good. It's solid. It's strong pro wrestling. Everybody did their part in this. Ends with a nice fight. You're selling us on Money in the Bank. I'm in. I mean, I think they've done a good job convincing me this match is going to be worth a watch.
I think you convinced me. Well, I already knew it was going to be a watch, but I feel like you convinced me of that Cena and Logan might win this, because staying with the theory of this is too soon for Cody. Yeah. So now you lose. And even when we thought when it's a non-title of maybe Cena just for a feel good, just to let us have something, John,
right?
Of that our truth could win. Nope, kick in the dick. AA 1, 2, 3 and everything like that. So could that be the case? And that wasn't me being facetious. That literally happened in the match, though.
Yeah, no, you're not far off. Like, I mean, it legitimately could be the case. It's been a go-to of John Cena. John Cena going to that tactic without the extra things like a Travis Scott works much better for me. He is, whether we love it or hate it, maybe it's hard for us to find it believable because we know the man behind what's happening and we've seen him as a baby face for so long. But he's coming out mean. He's coming out growling. He's coming out and really digging into the fan base and really kind of trying to generate the boost. I think pairing him with Logan Paul, if you want Cena to be a heel who's trying to ruin wrestling, Logan Paul was the perfect fucking guy to do this with.
Oh, absolutely on that. I think the biggest thing and why people are upset about the John Cena heel turn, which I think respectfully, and I don't want to fully speak for you, but none of us expected it.
No.
Of that they're mad that they're not doing it the way I wrote it.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that becomes a part of the dilemma, but people are watching this, and then we'll go, we'll get off here and we'll get on our phones, and it will be like, that was terrible. It's so bad. And I think it's preconditioned. It's pre-mad. You're already pre-mad. So now you just got to find the reasons, or at least state that, without maybe any, facts behind it, but just this idea of, Yeah, it's just terrible. It's just fucking terrible. John Cena's on his farewell tour. He's checking off boxes. And again, if anyone expected him to show up and start giving us 5-star Meltzer blasters, no, it's not him. It's not going to happen. There's going to be a lot of thick storyline. Please, no more Travis Scott. But let's be real about what they're presenting. And I think it's been good. I think what happened tonight was really strong.
Is that the first attraction at the Tony Khan, pizza emporium there of, the Dave Meltzer blasters and everything? Right. Come and taste the Dave Meltzer blasters. But
no, thank you.
No, this is the first time, like you mentioned earlier, we've actually got a countdown clock when it comes to John Cena.
Yeah.
And so it gets super interesting with that aspect of, I still find it interesting, find it compelling, because it's what they're going to do with it, what he wanted to do, all of that. I'm not going to get mad because they didn't do how I would have written a John Cena heel turn.
No. And again, if it sucks, it sucks. Travis Scott sucked. That's fair.
Yes.
That's it. I mean, if you're sitting here going, I think Travis being there was excellent, it was so helped. No, you're lying. And that's what you accuse the other side of doing. So you can't do it if you're not willing to take it back. But all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown has gone off the air. We will take a rating out of 10 like we do for every single show. And don't forget, we got more wrestling coverage coming your way. We're working on more things, and we appreciate you being a part of tonight as we hit 7K subscribers and the shows continue to roll on. We want that 10K, Nick, but speaking of 10s, what did the fans have to say?
All right. And well, real quick, Dave Meltzer Blasters is my bowling team name. That's now my fantasy football team now.
That's now my
I can't wait to be in the finals versus KJ's TBD. Versus I'll be the fucking Dave Meltzer's Blasters. I need an AI image of Dave Meltzer
it's funny
looking like
it works
TGI Friday waitress.
Right. It works out to DMB. Right, Dave Meltzer Blasters, DMB.
Yeah, come on down to the DMB.
Gotta love a haul. You just want to slap a pole, a heel. Logan should have took a shot at Bianca Belair when he was trolling Knoxville. Fair enough. I think he was getting a lot anyway. Not a terrible idea. What's that?
Take it at Glenn Jacobs,
right,
mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. I think back to the previous comment, one or two up there of about wanting to slap a heel and everything. That's very much now Logan has that visceral heel reaction, right? Like Dom had for a minute. Now it's dirty Dom. Logan, I'm surprised you don't see somebody almost trying halfway climb the guardrails of motherfucker, I will hit you.
Yeah, and that's I think like you've expressed it on this channel, and you've been very honest about it. Of like you fucking hate the guy, like you don't like him. You just what he does.
I dislike him as a person. I understand he's a wrestling talent, but as a human being, I have no respect for him. It's
so easy for him to tap into that already, pretty strong audience that don't like him, that hate watch, that So that's why I like the John Cena. Like I said before, there is a contingent of the fan base. John Cena could come out and set a bunch of children on fire in the middle of the ring. They're still going to cheer for him. I don't recommend it, but they would
got the whole camper in his hands.
But at the end of the day, Logan is hated. Logan creates such an instantaneous
visceral reaction. It's a visceral reaction.
It's visceral as fuck. Sorry. 8.5 out of 10, 7.8 out of 10. Can't quite go 8, 7.5. That's fair enough. I'm kind of in that range tonight. 7 out of 10. The springboard cutter mixed the flapjack going into not a 1D or a 3D. Yeah, it's a bit of a variation on both with the springboard. I don't know what the name of it would be.
2D? A 2D?
It's the 2D in the middle.
Well, if it's not a 1D or it's not a 3D, the only in
gotta be a 2D. 7 out of 10, pretty good. Polish. It's Polish is Peacemaker.
Polish is Peacemaker. We're not publishing anything.
Why are you sending tongue twisters like Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers? What are we doing?
Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled Polish peacemakers.
Polish. Anyway, 2 out of 10. No Deanna. Yeah, no Deanna.
She wasn't supposed to be here.
You don't even
Give the
work
other
here.
show a 2.
6 out
Where's
of 10.
she supposed to show up?
Right, 0 out of 10. No flair. Hashtag Melter Blasters. That's just grade the show in a curve, and WWE needs to be amazing every second of the show, or it's horrible. Adam, you got a lot of point with that, and people talk about they hate and then picking on AEW. People are critical of AEW because they don't want them to do well. But I would almost argue, because WWE is this giant monster, everybody watches it with a fine-tooth comb. The internet community picks it up. The standard is so much higher.
Yes, feel sorry for Disney, folks. Feel sorry for Disney out there.
Okay.
Feel sorry for Marvel. Feel sorry that the Empire might have a flaw or two. They might have a hole that's the size of a Wampa rat.
Right.
That if you go through a channel, you might be able to blow up the Death Star. But feel sorry for them, right? Because they didn't know that might be there.
Right. Well played, sir. SmackDown is a hit or miss with either the booking or fan-pleasing matches. They are palatable or matches that are absolutely nobody. Vega, Kylie Ray. But this show was slightly better still. More to improve. I still think the 3-hour thing is an issue, but there's nothing we can do about it. I thought it was a really, really good 2-hour show.
That is the longest way to spell indifference I've ever fucking seen in my life.
Holy shit. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
You said nothing. You didn't give a fuck. You explained how everything was great and bad at the same time. That's a long ass way to spell indifference.
Cena just passed the torch to Logan, kind of, sort of. There's still
no. He dropped it. He fumbled it. It's in a Japanese forest. But...
Right. KJ isn't making the finals this year. We'll see. I got 2 titles to defend.
I got a dual-wielding Meltzer blaster for
you. Yeah. I'm turning into the Monet of fantasy sports around here.
Beyonce of fantasy football. Right? That's your team name, the Beyonce of fantasy football.
Collusion will be started late tomorrow. Collision. There's a second out.
What is the newest AW show?
Collusion.
Collusion. We're off the rails now. You know how
we're not.
This is we don't have a weekend show lined up, so we're off the rails now.
Right. I hate goodbyes. KJ leapfrogged the shit out of me at the end of the season. I need revenge.
My revenge.
A humble brag is the hockey season this year, I dominated. I felt bad. I actually took a break for a while, and people caught up to me.
Gee, the fucking Canadian just ran away with
I mailed it in.
Fucking spoiler alert. Holy shit.
My team was ridiculous. 8 out of 10 from the Yeet God. Anyway, I'm just jinxing myself for next year. I'm going to miss the playoffs next year.
The Canadian won at hockey. Color me shocked.
I won in football, too. Color me shocked.
I know. That's the offensive thing. That's the humble brag. You beat all the Americans at football, not the Canadian one at hockey. That's a no shit, Sherlock.
I'm like the guy that's just watching everyone in the big dust cloud fighting, and I'm the one just stand back.
You just sit back and wait until the fighting stops. And just hit the guy
the last guy over. I'm really curious with this comment. Show F awful. I like Jacob triple threat match, and the promo of the Wyatt 6 was boring. They're boring. The promo was boring. The fans were very quiet, and Damian Priest promo was cool. Jordan, I think that's way too low. An F. I thought tonight was pretty solid, and I'm sorry you felt that way. I thought we got at least 3 really, really good matches. We got This Is Awesome chance. The crowd was loud tonight. Anyone out there saying the crowd was quiet? I'm sorry, your TV was quiet, because
they were quiet for a match, and we brought attention to the match that they were quiet for, which is so interesting because the internet's very loud for that match. So that's where it got interesting, and the crowd's very quiet for that. But beyond that, this is. I know we haven't given our ratings. I don't know how you feel. I'm a 7.5 and 8.
7.5.
There we go. Bob's your uncle.
If there was I think if there was a couple things a little more exciting, I will even say, as much as I complimented the main event spot, it could have been a little more exciting. But I'm okay with it overall. Again, I think the Vega situation's interesting. Julia makes that a little more exciting for me. Again, the 3 hours, it opens up for lulls. And to me, there was enough lulls to be like a 7.5. A good show. Didn't blow my socks off.
Good. Slightly above average, like a C plus, maybe. Not, getting anything to write home about all of that. But again, good show, not great. Yeah.
I'm happy that the matches are getting better. And again, we talk about like it's the default answer that they don't have good matches. But yes. I would put up the 2 triple threats we had tonight against any match that any other company did this week. Like those were 2 really, really good matches. So again, I like that the matches are getting time. I like the matches actually feel important again, a little more. Each week they feel like they matter.
You don't like let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Come on, Anarchy in the Arena didn't do it for you?
No, I find that music so fucking distracting. I know people like the moment, and Kenny did find a kind of way to make it cool, but maybe I'm just old man. And
is that part of the gimmick for an Anarchy in the Arena?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 times. Jericho started
so
it.
Why can't we get some like Biggie of, stick up, there's a stick up.
Right, like next year. High scorers, what that means. Is that good? Is a high score good?
Wait, well, no. So here's as we're going towards the end here, I will try and see
high score.
So the high scores of the evening. Christian is number 1 with 300 XP. Number 2, MDB with 300 XP. Ronan 300 XP. Jose. So we got a lot of 300 XPs, and still you got to be plus 300 XP to even still make it into the top 3 here.
Yeah, I know that's pretty excellent. I like that. I'm kind of digging this thing. I'm actually impressed. Boston was sitting at 50 earlier. He got up there. Good job, Boston.
Yeah. So do we need to introduce a mid-card title? Have we already worked through the prediction side? We have to introduce a mid-card title.
The next team meeting, we'll have to put our head together and come up with some type of.
You mean when we get off this stream?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just when we talk more. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with some method to the madness and how to keep track of it all. But no, I think that'd be fun. Nick, with all that being said, it was an okay Friday night, not bad at all. We'll remind everyone we are here at 2 p.m. next Saturday. We will cover Worlds Collide. We will cover Money in the Bank. We're looking forward to these 2 shows, setting up real nice. I mean, even if you don't like the tag team match between the champions, we got 2 ladder matches and plus other stuff.
We got things and things, but yes, 7K. We're here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. You pick a company with letters in the alphabet, and we're out here watching them. But our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you put that forward life with it.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. See you on Monday. See you on the flip side. Good night. Have a good weekend.